Alrighty, welcome back everybody to our latest live stream. I hope everybody's having a good afternoon so far. We have a lot of crazy stuff to get to right now in Nebraska. We have two different tornado warnings, and we also have a storm producing 100-mile-per-hour winds in a very populated area right now. Near Scottsbluff and Mitchell in western Nebraska, we currently have damaging winds that are as high as 100 miles per hour. And this is a cluster of storms that's been going for quite a while, producing lots of hail, damaging winds now upwards of 100 miles per hour, and it does still have the potential for a tornado on the northern side of this particular cluster of storms. So if you are in this warning, you got to get to your safe place away from windows and on the lowest floor possible. There's over a population of 30,000 people in this warning. So this is a very concerning storm right now near Scottsbluff with 100-mile-per-hour winds right now ripping right through the town along this leading edge of storms that'll eventually move right along Highway 62 and Route 385. We're going to go to Connor here because I think Connor has a tornado about to drop back over in Answorth. We need to go to Connor. Wait, let's go to this. This looks like a tornado that's about to drop on his screen. This is back over near Answorth right now.
There's a funnel, I think, on the right.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
That right there is a wall cloud. There's a large lowering there. That's south of Answorth. This is a different storm. Let's hop over to this. So this is the live radar feed just south of Ainsworth or Answorth, south of Johnstontown. It's in Brown County, Nebraska. This storm was just issued on a tornado warning a moment ago. Very classic looking supercell. We got a very strong inflow. If there is a tornado, it'd be located just west of Highway 7 right now. That rotation's intensifying, and you can clearly see right now there is a lowering on this storm. And again, this is Connor Croft live on the storm right now with a sizable lowering right now here in Nebraska. This looks like it's imminent to produce a tornado.
Under a bowl, so I would not be shocked if it was on.
May have briefly touched down. Not on the ground right now. It's not on the ground right now. It's close. Real close.
By the way, let me know if the audio is too loud or too quiet. Also, new tornado warning for Weld County, Colorado. That is also radar indicated.
Okay, it's really ramping now on velocity's getting.
Hop over to this real quick. East of Fort Collins in Colorado, brand new tornado warning with strong rotation approaching Eaton and Alt. Very strong rotation actually on this storm, which is completely rain wrapped. If you're in this tornado warning over in Colorado, you also need to seek shelter away from windows and on the lowest floor possible. And as a reminder, we do have a 100-mile-per-hour damaging windstorm if you're just tuning in near Scottsbluff and Gearing. Again, very significant storm activity right now moving through the Scottsbluff area. Destructive winds upwards of 100 miles per hour. There has been an 80-mile-per-hour wind gust already confirmed on this particular cluster of storms. So again, get to your safe place if you're in that warning. We're going to go back over to this storm that looks like it's about to produce a tornado. And wow, look at this. It is really ramping up right now. We got a very strong inflow, very pronounced hook echo here on radar, and that rotation on radar is also beginning to tighten. Again, this is just south of the Ainsworth or Answorth area, just to the southwest of Long Pine. It is moving east, and it is likely going to produce a tornado here in the next few minutes. Here's that live shot right now from Connor Croft. Again, just to the south of Johnstontown, south of Route 20 here in Nebraska. Relatively rural areas. It's going to be approaching Highway 7. Yeah, this hook echo is ramping up right now. And this is in there, I believe, a 0% tornado risk, at least from the Storm Prediction Center. So this is like a, an area that's not actually under a risk, but there is definitely a risk. This is right along the warm frontal boundary. So storms have convected, and now we do have that potential here for a tornado.
Wow, this would be photogenic.
Look at that lowering right there.
Oh, look at that right there in the middle, Ben. Oh, it's a funnel coming down. Funnel coming down. Here it goes. Here it goes. Coming down.
Again, this is right along the warm front, so we have a lot of spin in the atmosphere in this particular area of storms. And that right there is a funnel and a lowering, and it's probably about to drop into a tornado near Answorth, Nebraska.
There it goes. About to be a big stovepipe.
Wow, this could go big.
Let's go.
And this is again in Brown County, Nebraska. Got to seek shelter if you're in this warning.
Look at the info feed. Look at the tail cloud on the left.
Left to right.
This isn't a 0% tornado risk, technically. Wow.
It's trying to wedge. It's about to drop. Uncondensed right now. Wipers off, Connor.
This is crazy to watch in real time. And this is going to be on the ground, by the way. Look at the velocities that just updated here on radar. This is very strong rotation right now, right over west of Highway 7 here, just south of Ainsworth, Nebraska. That is really strong rotation. This is ramping up really quickly. Very classic looking supercell here in parts of northern Nebraska.
That's the first cycle, Ben.
First cycle.
The first cycle. All right, it's reorganizing. It's reorganizing now.
Yeah. It tried to drop a big.
I think it's dropped quickly,
I think
briefly.
it quickly dropped. And then
Going,
it quickly
gearing
dropped
up again.
I think this is going to drop here in a
It's
second.
eventually gonna cross our road.
Again, going towards Answorth and eventually Long Pine. The rotation on radar just absolutely ramped up in the last scan. Look at this. Tight and confined. No debris signature or anything like that, but it's very, very strong rotation. This could go big for a while, too, unless we get storm mergers out in front of it. Right now, this is a very organized supercell on radar, and also, obviously, you can see the large wall cloud and lowering.
It had a funnel for a second. Couldn't quite organize.
This is 100% imminent, no doubt about it.
Incredible hook on radar.
If this doesn't drop a tornado, I would be surprised. Like, we are right next to the warm front.
I think it's on
There's
the
a
ground
lot
right
of shear
there.
in this environment. It's very favorable conditions
That
here
might
for
be
a
just
tornado
rain,
with, if a storm develops that's organized, and this one is.
Ah, it's hard to tell.
That's a lot of swirl.
Yeah, it might be on.
And it might be a very. Oh, look to the right. Look to the right.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, we could get twins. Look, two mesos. There's two mesos.
Yeah. Look at the clear slot around the first one.
Wow.
Big rain starting to wrap around it.
Rapid motion on the right.
Guys, we got two mesos here, it looks like.
Just want to let you guys know, by the way, this tornado warning includes a population of about 870 people. So this is not like a small little area. There's definitely some population here. Probably near Highway 7 and on the south side of Ainsworth, Nebraska. That is currently where we're looking right now with this storm. That's imminent to produce a tornado here in Nebraska.
Down for a second, chat.
So again, if you're in this warning, got to get to your safe place.
So close.
Bottom right of your screen is that tornado warning.
Indiana.
Missouri.
Yeah, the first one's starting to get a little rain wrap, but it's still going left to right. And there's like a new one forming almost.
I worked at that bill right there.
Okay.
Oh, sweet.
Right there in the middle is just a rain shaft, I'm pretty sure, by the way.
Dude, velocity's getting wild.
I
think
know.
it's about to drop a big tornado.
We got hail coming.
Wow, yeah, this could be a big tornado. Look at this. Look at the velocities. Again, very, very strong right now. We got very strong winds going away from the radar. Still relatively organized winds all around here. When we have the reds and greens really tight like this, where the hook echo is, we usually do get a tornado. And in this case, it looks like we're about to get one just to the west of Highway 7. And again, just south of Answorth. It's a very imminent storm. And again, look at the radar presentation here. This is a classic looking supercell here on radar. 100% organizing.
Still trying
And it's definitely trying to drop a tornado right now. Again, if you're on the south side of Answorth in Nebraska, you definitely got to be in your safe place. Underground, preferably, if you
It's
can.
about to drop a big tornado right there, guys. Look at that.
Is that a tornado on the right? I can't tell. The radar blocks it out.
Look at the feud. The big streamwise vorticity current going in.
Okay, there you go.
Major
Zoomed out now.
streamwise. Look at the clear slot.
There comes the horseshoe.
Here we go.
Hail.
Right in the middle there.
Close.
Big clear slot.
Come on. We're so close.
Oh my, big motion in there.
This is a crazy, crazy storm. And as a reminder, again, this area of Nebraska not under
rain curtains wrapping
a
around that.
risk area, and it goes to show you we can sometimes see, you know, tornadoes outside of SBC outlook areas. We even had 2 tornado warnings or 3 tornado warnings in Michigan earlier. I don't think any of them dropped tornadoes, but still.
Like a wedge.
It could drop it could literally drop a monster.
It's gonna drop a wedge.
Major couplet on reflectivity. It's gonna cross the road as well.
All right, quick update as we continue to wait for this thing to potentially drop here. As I mentioned before, very strong rotation, classic looking supercell on radar moving to the east-northeast. Long Pine, Bassett, Newport, and Stewart will be in the track of this eventually in Nebraska. Back over near Scottsbluff, the tornado warning has been let to expire. We still have a warning here that is for damaging winds up to 100 miles per hour. This is an extremely dangerous situation for Scottsbluff. Baseball-sized hail is also going to be happening with this storm, so if you are near Scottsbluff, Gearing, McGrew, make sure that you're getting underground. If you can, treat this as if it's a tornado warning. This is like EF1 type tornado winds that we're seeing in a pretty large area. It's radar indicated, but it could be happening across this area here in western Nebraska. Back near Bayard and also right along Route 385, those areas will also be in the track of this storm as it does continue to push to the east with damaging winds again as high as 100 miles per hour. In northern Colorado, east of Fort Collins, we also have a tornado warning here with broad circulation near Eaton. So if you're in that warning, make sure that you're seeking shelter. It's not as strong as a moment ago, but definitely still a concern. Here is the storm that is trying to produce a tornado. The latest scan actually broadened it out quite a bit here. There is still rotation, but it's definitely broader on the latest scan. Still very classic looking supercell. Very well could produce a tornado. It might just be recycling, which is a possibility. Connor Croft is talking about that too, how this storm is likely trying to recycle right now.
Dude, if this doesn't produce, this would be one of the craziest attempts I've ever seen without an actual tornado.
I have to agree with that too. I mean,
honestly,
I've been watching their stream for the last like hour and a half.
tornado.
This storm had storm mergers and everything, and it was really close to dropping a tornado here.
Even though this is our road, right?
Yeah,
Again, in Brown County, Nebraska.
we can
Surprise stream, where'd this come from? I've been watching the weather for the last like 2.5 hours. I was considering going live the entire time.
Massive, chat.
Nothing really ever popped out to me though until now.
Someone trying to drop in the middle right there.
I think.
Look, it's on the end of the horseshoe. That's it. That's the lowering.
Oh wait, that's a funnel.
That's a
funnel coming around right there.
Yeah, you can see that right there in the middle.
Right there, guys.
Funnel cloud developing there in the middle.
Makes sense.
There's a rain curtain in the front, so you can't see it as clearly, but it's another funnel cloud on this.
I know. Yeah, that's definitely where it would be.
It's gonna get wrapped in rain.
Oh, look at the major rain on the left side wrapping around.
RFD's wrapping around.
Dang it. About to get major rain wrapped here.
By the way, is Connor too quiet or too loud? Let me know. Compared to my voice. I just need to make sure it's right.
Where's that rain? Why?
We have lost visual of this
though,
funnel cloud. We're losing visual.
When is the
A big rain curtain is wrapping right around it right now.
About to produce a tornado and gets extremely rain wrapped.
Classic.
Was completely LP before. So having to get
those curtains are moving.
Okay, I adjusted it.
Mergers for no reason. Yeah, big time moving rain curtains.
Well, it's not getting mergers right now, is it?
No, but before. Just watching there, we might be able to see it still.
You just can't see it anymore. I mean, there's a huge rain curtain that just cut out in front of it, and you kind of see that on the reflectivity too. Connor's right here, and so this is where the rotation is, and basically we have this large rain curtain kind of blocking the view. So it's becoming a rain-wrapped tornado. You're seeing that in real time, at least. Rain-wrapped rotation, I should say, since it's not a confirmed tornado, but if it does drop, it will likely be a rain-wrapped tornado, with this now all of a sudden kind of curtaining off here. This is the latest reflectivity scan. Still got a classic-looking shape to this. I mean, again, it is likely going to produce something here in the next few minutes when it comes to a tornado risk. Still a very classic looking supercell. You can see that all day. It's, it doesn't get much more classic looking than this. This is like textbook style here back over in northern parts of Nebraska. The next velocity scan will be here in a second. As I mentioned before, very strong rotation the last couple of scans. The most recent scan as of about 3 minutes ago kind of broadened it out. We'll see what it looks like here in a second once the radar updates again. Yeah, Connor might get hit with hail, but he might go further south. We'll see. He's like in the beeline right now. If it does drop, he's in the beeline of where this tornado would be. All right, we'll wait for the velocities to update.
Dude, the inflow.
By the way, right side of your screen, they were just saying it, but that's not where the tornado would develop, even though it looks like a huge lowering. Which that is very close to the ground, I have to say that. The temperature and dew point very close together. Very high humidity levels in the low levels, leading to very low cloud cover like this.
That's moving. Holy crap.
Yeah, still not touching.
Look at how fast that thing's moving. Left to right is insanely fast.
There you go again. It's organizing again.
Insanely fast left to right motion.
Wow, look at that thing spin.
Wow. Dude, that's about to, right?
That's unbelievable. This thing is spinning hard right now.
Dude, it's just so slightly stable. It just needs to...
We didn't see that until now. I mean, that thing is really organizing now.
There's a bowl right
There's a bowl lowering and everything. This looks like it's about to drop. Again.
About to be a big cone. If it can
touch. Oh, yeah, there it
goes.
Oh,
rotation on radar just tightened. This is about to drop, I think. Look at radar presentation. Very tight rotation just west of Highway 7. That right there would be your tornado if it does drop, which it probably will be.
It just can't do it. It can't do it.
It's really trying. Rotation is very strong in the low levels right now. That spin is crazy, though. We just saw some really fast spin on this storm near Ainsworth, Nebraska.
Without producing a tornado. Never in my life, chat.
I bet we had a couple. I bet we had.
Oh, we've had a couple brief ones, but it's just
not big
like,
tornado though.
Yeah. Dude, it's gonna cross the road soon.
In front of us.
Was watching Connor before you came on. He almost had a tornado until the two storms merged. I was watching that. I was in the stream the entire time watching that too.
Dude,
Stable
This is unbelievable. I mean, we just saw it happen again. It's
into it. What is happening here?
getting rain wrapped again.
It's just grungy. Also.
Again, radar is showing another very strong tightening here on radar. Now, hopefully it doesn't drop, but I mean, it's been close multiple times now. Still a very classic looking supercell moving to the east-northeast. And again, if you're just tuning in, this is south of Ainsworth, includes parts of southern Ainsworth. If you're in this warning, seek shelter. Lawn Pine and Bassett will next be in the track of this. And as a reminder, there is a storm near Scotts Bluff. It was originally warned for 100-mile-per-hour winds. It has been downgraded to 80-mile-per-hour damaging winds. So not as bad, but still destructive. Make sure that you're staying in your safe place. We also have a tornado warning east of Fort Collins in Colorado. Rotation is right along Route 85 with some broader circulation. Again, if you are anywhere near Ott or Pierce or Eaton, make sure that you're staying in your safe place. This is very slowly drifting to the east, so that's still a storm to be watching for. Again, this tornado warning that we've been talking about is in Brown County, Nebraska, which again on radar has a very classic looking hook echo. It's one of the more organized supercells that we've seen, I think, in weeks, honestly, across the United States when it comes to just looking like something that's going to drop a tornado right near the warm frontal boundary. And so in this sort of case, we a lot of the time do see tornadoes develop in this sort of environment. As long as it can stay discreet, which right now it is, it could drop a tornado. It could be even strong if it does develop. We've seen some very, fast motion already here in the last few minutes with, Connor Croft here. And so there's a possibility it goes big if it does drop.
Literally, like, once the tornado crosses the road,
But this is our best visual of this right now. We'll stay with them for now. It has tried to drop several times now. It's you mentioned it before, but this is like the closest we've seen, I think, a tornado to dropping, and it didn't drop either time.
Low-level clouds just like ruined us. I think it's on the ground back in there. What is this? Fire trucks blocking.
Yeah, there's some pretty good ground circulation there. I think it was also on the ground. I just don't know where to, maybe go a little south from here, but you just can't even see it.
Latest scan, again, broadening it out. You can see bottom right of your screen.
I mean, I think it'd be okay to go.
This thing is just recycled, and now it's broad again.
So eventually, we can take this road east. I'm gonna wait till it's almost on the road and then get it.
Anybody on here?
I don't have Garrett, I think.
The gender reveal? Excuse me? Wait, what are we talking about?
It's gonna cycle on top of us, bro.
On this east road, we can go east for a while, just due east, and then we have to go a little north and then back east, and then we get some better roads.
They're gonna cycle like on top of us, bro.
A friendly reminder, if you're just tuning in, this is, again, the tornado warning that's just south of Ainsworth. We are watching Connor Croft's feed as they have the best view of really anything that we'll see with this. Has been very close to dropping tornadoes now twice. We will see if it tries again. It's, again, been recycling several times now. Bottom right of your screen is the live radar. Ainsworth is not included, but the south side of the town is included. Includes about 870 people or so. So make sure that you're in your safe place if you are in the tornado warning.
I'm blocked in here, so not many options to go anywhere. I want to be able to leave if I
It
want
almost
to.
looks, it's so grungy.
I know.
What happened? It wasn't grungy 20 minutes
know.
ago. Why did it get grungy now? There. I don't know if that's it right there,
I don't
or
know
if it's
either.
just the low clouds. It's so hard to tell.
Could be right there trying. So weird though.
Thank you, Jocelyn, for the $50 super chat. Appreciate your generosity. Hello from Fort Collins. Those clouds look mean. Yeah, it's, this is not the only tornado warning as mentioned before. There is one back over here in Colorado. This rotation hasn't been really too crazy, but obviously it is a storm that is going to be capable of producing a tornado. The rotation was much stronger a few minutes ago, but it's broadened out quite a bit. But really, more than anything, I think it's just more of a a strong storm with damaging wind and hail potential on this Colorado storm. Low tornado risk. It's not zero, but it's low as of right now. Rotation's definitely broadened here over the last several minutes. We do have a Colorado live cam too somewhere. I don't know where exactly it is, but I'm going to see if I can find it. Also, apparently Connor just got hit by 2-inch hail.
Definitely left to right in there.
Or his car did. Yeah, here's one of the live shots that we have. This is the virtual rail fan out of Colorado. This is back over in Avarda County, which is, by the way, a very beautiful camera. Not really seeing anything on this one. I don't know where Avarda is, to be honest, but it looks pretty interesting out there. Some interesting clouds. Very beautiful, for sure, in Colorado. We have one more live cam in Colorado, but let me figure out where that one is. What's the truck with the blue and red lights? I have no clue. I was wondering that, too. I'm not sure. It might be another chaser. Or maybe it's a tow truck ready to, you know, to tow somebody if they get stuck in, like, the mud or whatever. It's a lot of mud roads around here. Yeah, that's the only live cam in Colorado that we have. All right, let's go back to Colorado, or back to Colorado, yes. Back to Connor again. Rotation on radar again, still broad on the latest scan. It's been very close to producing a tornado twice.
We won't be able to stay with it.
Yeah, our east road is right here, so that's why I haven't moved.
By the way, thank you very much to Jocelyn for the very generous $50 super chat. Put some marks in the chat for Jocelyn.
Follow it.
I do appreciate your generosity.
Ooh.
Big hail here.
Siggies.
Was that fire department? Oh, that's what that was? Okay. I've never seen a fire department
We have a perfect vision.
car like that.
I'm not worried about the hail.
Okay.
Why is my radar so pixelated? What do you mean? This is how it normally is. I mean, you can turn on smoothing too, like this. And it looks a lot nastier looking with the smoothing feature, but it doesn't show the radar presentation as well. But I mean, if you look at the smoothing feature here over the last several scans on this storm, it actually looks worse than it actually was on radar. And look at this hook echo. This actually looks crazy back at not even 20 minutes ago. Most recently, it still looks pretty crazy. But honestly, using the, you know, not using smoothing at all does show a better radar presentation, in my opinion. Looks like we got a lowering forming on this again. I'll go back to Connor in a second. This again is your inflow and your hook echo. This is the entire storm right here with all the hail. So that's what we're looking at right now. This is Connor's view again of that lowering right now in Nebraska. There is still a lowering. The rotation on radar not as strong, but still definitely a chance at a tornado here. You got a weird color table? Yeah, I have a different color table than the base one.
Mile, and then I'll just turn back around to this east road if we need it.
I think we said.
Now, believe it or not, this tornado warning does include a population of about 870 people. Now, it is really mainly the south side of Answorth. If this was like a population of like 2, I probably wouldn't have gone live because it's, you know, most of Nebraska is rural, but where we've had the most significant storms, they are actually in pretty populated areas. Like the one that we have over here near Scottsbluff, this is producing damaging winds up to 80. It's going right along a highway on Route 385. I mean, this thing is just a Boeing segment right now, very significant damaging winds. It's all pushing east right now towards like Alliance and Bridgeport. And then also back over here in northern Nebraska, which, by the way, no computer models were really showing convection here until like 8 o'clock tonight. This storm fired up back at like 3 o'clock. So this storm fired up really early, leading to a better shot at a tornado since there's a warm frontal boundary in this area. That's going to kind of spin up this environment more, creating more shear. And that's why this storm in particular is pretty favorable for producing a tornado as long as it can stay discrete. That's the big exception to this. If it can stay discrete, it could very easily produce a tornado in this environment. Right now, the velocities have very well broadened out over the last several scans, but it could be recycling. It's tried to recycle already a couple times. If we go scan by scan here you'll notice very strong circulation for the first few scans, and then it kind of just broadens out over the last couple of scans here. But we could see this recycle, and there still is an inflow notch. There is still a hook echo. Got a little bit of convection bubbling out in front of this, which could kind of kill the chances of it dropping something, which hopefully that happens, but there's still definitely a possibility that it does try to drop a tornado here in the next few minutes. We're still watching it closely. As long as it stays in the shape it is right now, it has a chance to produce a tornado.
Yeah,
I don't think you go any farther.
But you know, it's a big exception because we have all the, you know, all this convection bubbling out in front of it, and more storm mergers that happen, the lesser chance it will have of actually producing a tornado, as long as there's a lot of storm mergers and not just like one.
It's just can't.
Yeah, I mean, well, whatever grunge just came flying south.
Thank you, by the way, Stacy, for becoming a maximum velocity member, and welcome to the velocities.
To the east, you know.
I guess. It's definitely really broad just to the south now.
Okay. So I.
What's my road network here?
North of Ainsworth has a tourist pull due to golfing, river tubing, etc. Well, at least this tornado threat is currently dropping away from Ainsworth. It's actually going more south now than it's going, like, comparably to going north. So it's actually changing directions quite a bit right now.
Definitely gonna try again right there, I think. Yeah, look at that left to right. Big left to right right there. Yeah, that's where it's gonna try again.
Yeah, you can see it there. It's rotating again. It's trying again. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we got a strong or even large tornado in this sort of environment here. It wouldn't shock me with, you know,
6, 7, 8 miles.
with what we've already seen with the cloud motion. It's very possible, and this thing is spinning once
here,
again.
guys. Big time
Maybe
rotation
get back
right
out
here.
on the road so the hill's not blocking. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Good maneuver.
Still spinning
Big
there.
time rotation right there. Trying to go.
No problem, Anne-Marie. Appreciate the $4.99. Anything for Michigan? I think Michigan's kind of winding down. Mostly just a wind and hail threat right now. By the way, the tornado warning that was in Colorado has been canceled. There we go. Look at that. It's rotating again. This is, again, very fast rotation. And that thing is really rotating yet again. Near Highway 7, just south of Ainsworth.
Wow, it's so close.
This is the third attempt, I think, in the last 20 minutes. 25 minutes of dropping. It's now the third attempt.
So close again.
Velocity's tightening.
Finally could try and do it. Just in time for us to be completely rain wrapped.
Spinning again.
Oh yeah, we're about to lose it.
We gotta
Rotation on radar has upticked
gotta
again,
go.
by the way. Just an
I know,
FYI. It is intensifying yet again. Bottom right of your screen. Compared to the last scan, it's strengthened just a little bit.
Let's try right there.
Look at that thing spin. It's organizing again.
It's gonna be tough driving on this dirt road for, you know,
Making a run at it.
miles.
Just ready.
What's his game plan there?
Just for try and see the freaking tornado.
Imagine this gets rain wrapped again.
South.
Looks like it's going to.
Not for a long time.
Spins crazy. That's what I'm saying. I mean, again, it's just the winds are so strong here near the surface. We could legitimately see something strong if it does drop.
Here comes the RFD. Yeah, we're losing it. Time to go north.
You're getting caught in the RFD surge now, which is where the bulk of the damaging wind threat will be with this storm. See them driving against that now.
Get through our road, chat.
Hopefully we don't get stranded on this dirt road.
What part of Nebraska is this? This is just currently south of Ainsworth. Again, relatively rural areas where this is now. The concern initially was that this could go further to the north, impacting like Long Pine and Ainsworth. It's actually dropping more to the south right now and more to the east. It's kind of going east and southeast. It's kind of taking a turn, right? It's a drunk storm almost. Not a drunk tornado, but a drunk storm. And so right now what we're seeing with this is that it's kind of taking a little U-turn right now. It's going more to the east and southeast. If it does that, the chances of there being a significant tornado for a very high populated area is much lower. Because really, overall, a lot of these areas here south of Route 20 are mostly farmland and very small towns. So hopefully it just kind of stays out in the open, right? And nobody gets hit by it. But, you know, nowadays there's a lot of people that have farms out there anyways. Also, just a quick update. No tornado warning anymore over in Colorado, but we do still have in western Nebraska a significant damaging wind threat with winds as high as 80 miles per hour right now, moving west to east in this Boeing segment. Again, this is all tracking to the east towards Alliance and Bridgeport. If you are in the yellow polygon, you need to treat this as if it is a severe or a tornado warning, excuse me, and make sure that you are getting to your safe place away from windows and on the lowest floor possible. Damaging winds up to 80 as expected, and also the potential for some quarter-sized hail will still exist. The storm over there in Colorado is still severe, but it is no longer a tornado warning. They do have a tornado possible label on this. There's actually a little bit of rotation here east of Nunn and east of Pierce, moving eventually towards Grover very slowly. So something we'll be watching for there as well. Quick little update on Michigan, because I know a few people are wondering about this. Majority of these storms from this point on are wind. All right, so I don't really expect much of a tornado risk anymore. There was a very short-lived risk for a tornado earlier, but overall the storm activity here is kind of dwindling. We actually do have a severe thunderstorm watch in the northeast, by the way, in New England. Not really something we're covering because it's just such a marginal threat, but mostly a wind threat overall is expected there for any storms that stay severe for the next hour or so. So that's what we're looking at there as of right now. And look at that. There might be a tornado actually on the ground. I'm not sure. Connor can't see it because he's in the rain-wrapped area. Very strong rotation right now back on the Hook Echo. Just east of Highway 7. This could be on the ground. This is, again, the third time it's tried recycling. Every time we've seen a tightening like this, it's just been a very large and very strong lowering. Again, they're inside the storm. If they can get out of it relatively quickly, we might be able to see this. They're starting to lose signal right now.
The storm was like 6 months.
That right there is the very strong area of rotation now, just east of Highway 7. It will be approaching the south area, just south of Long Pine, right along South Pine Avenue. So that'll be the road it's approaching here soon. They'll probably issue a new tornado warning if this rotation does continue back over here. Connor's going along this road, so he's just trying to get, again, out in front of it right now. So, this is, again, Connor right now inside the storm. Thank you, Coan, for becoming a 3-month member. Thank you, Microwave, for the $4.99. It has been some crazy storms. Thank you, Stacy, for the $5 super chat.
We're in northwesterlies here.
Shout out to Gage. Appreciate you tuning in.
Should be okay, though.
Yeah, I think we'll be okay.
Sounds like they're getting pelted by hail right now.
If we start getting easterlies, new easterlies, then it's coming on top of us. So.
By the way, I did not expect to be live today. I'm just letting you guys know. This is not a day that I was planning on being live at all. But the weather has decided that I have to go live because this tornado threat's actually kind of interesting.
I know.
This is like probably more, I would say this is more conditional of a tornado risk than a few days ago in like western Nebraska and near like North Platte, where we could have had like a huge tornado. This was even a more conditional risk in my opinion. And this storm blew up and it actually has the potential of producing. The latest scan, by the way, still very strong rotation. There could be a tornado on the ground. Can't see it right now. They're still inside the storm.
But it could be like a mile. Could be like we could be right on the edge of the rain. Unfortunately.
Here's the latest radar scan. Again, notice, I'm going to show you the last few scans here. If you go back a few scans, you can just kind of see how it's really broad circulation. The greens and reds, which are the velocities, were very far away from each other. Over the last few scans, this is organized yet again, and over the last 2 scans in particular, it's been very strong rotation. I do think that there is something at least lowered, possibly a funnel cloud or a wall cloud. There could even be a tornado with how strong that rotation is. We don't have any debris signature update here, but it would be right where a tornado would be located. They are right in the RFD surge, by the way, and so Connor is going to be going against very high winds, which it looks like he is right now. Potentially 70-mile-per-hour damaging winds where Connor is right now, with, again, this RFD surge that's happening right to the east of Highway 7 in Nebraska. I don't know the road name. I can't find it, but...
Could be almost out. That's a problem.
He's going right against the RFD surge right now.
Probably the radar isn't perfect with the reflectivity too.
Dude, I don't like this, bruh. Not comfortable here, really. Because if that goes north, we're cooked. Where we are now.
That RFD surge is definitely really strong right now.
We're not going to be able to go anywhere fast.
Rear flank downdraft is what RFD means.
Probably should have got out ahead of it if we had a chance.
Yeah. I don't really know what to do now.
Connor's being patient, by the way. He's not driving like right out of the storm, because if there is a tornado, he would probably be driving like right into it. So he's staying back a little bit. At least that's what I'm guessing what he's doing, because if there is a tornado, it's really not far from him. It's just down to his south. Thank you, Nicholas, by the way, for becoming a maximum velocity member, and welcome to the velocities. If you're just tuning in, again, this is the tornado warning south of Answorth in Nebraska, going eventually towards Route 183. No major town locations in the track of the tornado threat right now, which is good news. Initially it was, and now it's not. It's going more eastbound.
I just see that getting stronger right there. And I feel like where we are, we should realistically like have a visual, and we don't.
No, we're in the RFD, so we shouldn't have a visual.
Radar. So you see the north jog it just took?
This is getting kind of interesting. If we go back to radar, We'll go back to Connor in a second, but if we go back to radar again, this is where Connor is for reference. He's inside the actual storm right now. If there is a tornado, it would be in here. I think if there was one, it just occluded. Looks like we have a new area of circulation developing now closer to where this inflow is. Notice that rotation right there. Very strong velocities going the other direction, going to the west. And then going eastbound, we still have a pretty good amount of circulation. Overall rotation is very strong. And again, we could get a strong tornado in this sort of a environment with this discrete cell. It's going to be a matter of if this thing can organize. Again, it's been trying to organize for really over 45 minutes now, ever since the storm mergers happened. As a reminder, it is not currently impacting any major town locations, but Ainsworth, continue to stay in your safe place, mainly for the hail and wind threat. Long Pine, I would stay in your safe place as well for the hail and wind threat as well. If there is a tornado, it's probably going to be going in this direction. Again, Bassett and Newport would be long-term tracks of the hail and wind threat. Tornado threat, probably not, but it would still be something to watch for. Yeah, Connor's visibility right now is like 0. You cannot see anything.
Dang, we should have gone out ahead of it.
That's what I told you.
I know, I just thought it was gonna drop right there.
You can't do that with bad roads, man. You just can't do it. You know what I'm saying?
The roads are rough, but I mean,
If we had better roads, like I think that would easily be a good strategy because we could have went south and then west.
I think we'll be okay right here eventually too. We're gonna have to let this clear out a little bit.
I know.
Let radar get a little bit more clear on what it's doing.
Definitely a lot of cheese curd sized hail in here. Kind of hit it here. Some of the hail bouncing off his car right now. Relatively small because he's not really in the hail core.
Man, that's some strong RFD though.
Dude, exactly. There. We're west because we're within a mile of the circulation right there.
It's almost like there's 2 circulations.
I know. Well, it's about to form one big one, I think. Let's sit right here. Get ready to turn around and go back into it. I need it to be on the road or across it for me to handle on it because it's going to be a grungy wedge. We're not going to know it's hitting us until we're in it.
Yeah, bottom right of your screen is the velocities radar on this right now. Just waiting for its update, which it has.
Maybe not. There's a little.
And once again, very strong rotation. We could again have a tornado on the ground. Connor's right here for reference. He's not going to be able to see this right now because he's again wrapped in the RFD surge, wrapped in the rain. But if there is a tornado, it's going to be right here. Still very tight rotation. And again, I would not be surprised if we did have a tornado here. At this time. And again, it's moving east right now. It's going to be approaching the south side of Long Pine. Again, the South Pine Avenue will be in the track of this eventually. My guess is that there will probably be a new tornado warning in this area. So we'll see. They might issue one. I'm guessing they're going to, as long as this rotation does stay strong enough. They have issued a new severe thunderstorm warning for Bassett, Ainsworth, and Long Pine for 2-inch hail, and as well as the threat for damaging winds that could be as high as 60 miles per hour, which, to be honest with you, there could even be 70-mile-per-hour winds in this RFD surge right here. Velocities on radar are definitely a little bit higher than 60, but yeah, you can see up to 70 right now. So there's definitely a chance they're a little bit higher than that. But nonetheless, stay in your safe place if you're anywhere in the severe thunderstorm warning or the tornado warning. Near Ainsworth, Long Pine, and Bassett. Thank you, Jalen, for becoming another maximum velocity member. I do appreciate it. And welcome to the velocities. How's there not a tornado with this yet? There might be, we just don't know. I was surprised it didn't drop on the first 3 attempts that we saw with Connor. I think this might be the 4th attempt, but we haven't had a visual since they're wrapped in the rain.
The problem is at some point we have to blast out of it, or we're just gonna play gonna play this game forever, you know?
Yep, that's the thing. So we may need to go north when we get the Long Pine. I don't really know. We'll have to figure that out.
We can.
We'll have to go north and then drop south to get an app.
Well, I think once we get the Long Pine, we can go east to this highway. We can go east. The terrain gets more like, there's some farms over there. It's not like sand hills as much. So.
Velocities look nasty. They do. Again, I do think there's at least a large lowering, or there's some sort of tornado in progress. We don't have anything confirmed on this, and actually the tornado warning has expired. We'll see if they issue a new one, which honestly I would be surprised if they didn't. They have, at least for the time being. It has expired, but once again, they might issue a new one. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Rotation is still very strong on radar. Back to Connor for the time being until it gets...
30, 20,
all right, there you go. There's the new tornado warning. That didn't take long.
Or 15, 20 minutes.
A new tornado warning
Um,
has been
Excuse
issued.
me. Hello? There we go.
A new
All right, new tornado warning
has been
for
issued.
this storm, which is again radar indicated for those in Long Pine, south of Bassett. Again, really nasty looking rotation. I mean, this thing is really cranking right now. Just to the south of Long Pine, we could have a big tornado developing right now just to the east of Highway 7, south of Long Pine. It's going to be approaching South Pine Avenue. So if you are in this particular pink polygon, once again, you got to get to your safe place. Get away from windows and get on the lowest floor possible and get into an interior room of your home or building, as this rotation again is still really strong. I mean, the velocities are really crazy right now on radar. Granted, some of this might be a little bit of contamination, but there's definitely very strong rotation on this. Once again, moving currently to the east, and it's going to be approaching South Pine Avenue. I believe Connor right now is still trying to go east. He's trying to go on this road here. So, again, he's still kind of wrapped in the rain, but very strong RFD surge. He's going to be trying to wait and see if he can see anything inside the storm and try to see if he can see a tornado. But again, long term, this will be going towards Bassett. Newport might be in the track of this down the road for the tornado threat. We'll see what it looks like in like 20 minutes. Not a guarantee, but I do think you'll get hit by something when it comes to storm activity. I'm also going to be going towards Stewart and Atkinson. So if you're in those areas, again, make sure that you're staying weather aware. If you're in Long Pine or south of Bassett, make sure that you're seeking shelter.
This is Nebraska.
Again, velocity's bottom right of your screen.
It's getting a little clearer to my south.
Right.
So it's probably moving east. I think we keep going east for now.
I mean, I am.
Sometimes you gotta risk it for the biscuit, you know?
Gate to gate, it's hard to tell because the velocities are kind of bugging a little bit on radar, but it could be upwards of 140.
Major RV. No, we gotta be able to see it, bro.
Probably right next to him.
We'll probably have a better view of this on the next scan. It's a little bit going a little bit crazy on the latest scan here.
Anything to the south?
Warning count was updated, by the way.
Insane RFD.
Radar has an update in 3 minutes, of course. Like, I need minute by minute radar here. Not getting it.
Wow.
How is it not down? Well, it might be on the ground. Again, there's just nothing. Again, this is a very rural area of Nebraska. And so there is a chance that if there's something on the ground, there might, one, not be a storm chaser or an actual person that even sees it. And we don't have any debris signature on radar, so there's nothing officially confirmed here. But again, it very well could be on the ground at any time. And you need to get underground if you're in the warning, because it could be, if you can, get underground, because this is a pretty dangerous storm. Big RFD surge for sure, and then, again, the velocities are just wild.
Right edge of it. There it is. There it is. It's going to clear out, I think. That's the left edge or right edge.
Oh, Connor has a view of something now.
Something right there.
It's been very patient. There's something there.
There it is. It's clearing out.
That rain current is starting to clear out. Right side. If you look at the really right side where there's kind of an opening there.
Right edge of it. If it clears out a little bit more, we'll see it. That's either, that's a low, grungy tornado.
The latest velocity scan still showing a
I feel
very
like that's on the ground.
That's a low, grungy.
low or very strong
Yeah.
velocities.
That's on the ground.
Going back to radar really quickly, again, look at this. There's no debris signature, but if we have a tornado, it might be stationary and it could be big, and it could be strong. And Connor's looking right at
It's
this.
clearing out for us. Right here.
Look at the rotation. Wow.
Yeah.
There you go. Connor's zooming in now.
Oh, yeah.
Again, if there's a tornado, it's gonna be that right there, or potentially still wrapped
Might be
just to the left of that.
I think it's just in that rain.
Yep. Barely. If I could get south.
And these velocities are
I
insane.
agree. That's what I was about to say.
The problem is it's stationary, so I'm not going to get to its north because that's where it's going to go when it's not stationary anymore.
This could be a large
Yeah,
rain-wrapped
left edge.
tornado too. We don't really
Or right edge.
100% know right now. But if anybody's in this, if you are in this warning, you need to treat this, you know, as if there is a large tornado on the ground, because there could be. There's no clear visual right now.
Can't go east and get. It could be a big wedge. Might be.
And the road network around here is really poor. So like this is like the only road that you could actually see anything on, aside from South Pine Avenue, which is still miles to the east.
That looked like the right edge of a wedge, guys. like the right edge of a grungy wedge.
Wow. This is the latest scan. This just came in. We have extremely strong rotation, very strong velocities going towards and away from the radar. And once again, there is a high likelihood that we do have some sort of large tornado on the ground, but we just, again, don't 100% know south of Long Pine. Now, the good news with this, even though there isn't a whole lot of good news usually with tornadoes, but the good news about all this is that it is not really moving right now. The last few scans kind of have this stationary, and again, it could just go backwards. It could go south. It could go anywhere right now, but it's kind of just an open field by the looks of it, because I don't see any roads other than this one right here, and this one obviously, and then this one. Other than that, I mean, this tornado is not moving right now. It's very stationary. Now, it could start to pick up steam and go more to the east. It could pick up steam and go south or north. That's why if you're anywhere in the pink polygon, you got to be in your safe place, just in case it does do some funky stuff here over the next several minutes. But it could go Drunkenado style. It's possible. But no debris signature as of right now.
I would go.
Dude,
Our roads are so
be
bad.
careful.
Dang.
I mean, that's on the ground for sure.
That's definitely
Dude,
on the ground.
radar still will not load.
Kind of see on the distance there. I can't really tell, but it looks like that might be it. Just, it's too hard to tell. There's like a little opening there. A little clear slot with... It went away now. There was a little clear slot there.
One more and I do it.
Getting really rain road.
Now that I know it's a grungy wedge.
I'm going to see if we have anything otherwise confirmed on this right now. There is no debris signature still, but again, you do not need a debris signature for there to be a tornado, because this is, again, basically in an open field.
They didn't even move on mine.
That structure of this.
Dude.
Dude, I almost wonder if we'd like just try to go south of Bassett.
Again, there's right now no photos or videos of there being a tornado. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know how many storm chasers are out here. Connor's probably one of the only ones though on this storm. This was a highly conditional threat that he chased today. Most of the chasers are back over in western Nebraska. So visual wise, we don't have a whole lot to go off of aside from him and maybe a couple of chasers, but
Keep your radars updated quicker than mine, so.
Yeah, I'm keeping them.
as I mentioned before, the good news right now is that it's really a very stationary area of rotation in an open field. Hopefully it doesn't go towards any major population centers over near like Answorth or Long Pine.
It's just stationary.
Thank you, Black Widow, for the $10 super chat. No problem. I did have a good vacation.
The north?
Yeah, if there is a debris signature, I would honestly be surprised because I don't think there's much here.
I think we should have just thread the needle east.
Well, but how? Yes, and how are we supposed to not know that doesn't shoot north?
There's still something there. You can see it. You can kind of make out the edge of the storm there, just to the left of the big tree there.
There it is. There it is. Right edge again. Big tornado. Big right edge. Clearing out again.
Oh wow, starting to get the structure.
I mean, to me that looks like a tornado.
Look at the motion.
It's just, again, not 100% clear. I'd say it's a 90% chance that this is on the ground right now.
Big right edge again.
Can't tell if it's rain curtains or a tornado. I think it's rain curtains.
Look at the motion, dude. That's a tornado on the right edge.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely right edge of a tornado there. It might be coming at us. So, I mean, I'll give it a second here.
This is a pretty rain-wrapped tornado. That's the other thing, too.
Gone again.
It's gone again. You can't really see it. That's the problem. Like, we can barely see it for a second there. We'll probably get another radar scan in a second.
Dude, what the heck?
It's a heavily rain-wrapped area of rotation.
Dude, that's the tornado for sure, though.
Dude, there's some like 2-inch plus hail.
Okay. Keep an eye on radar, bro. I need that. I need constantly updating that, dude.
I was filming 5 seconds ago.
I get it. I need it, but like.
It's just wiping off my hands. They're so
Kind of
wet.
important.
Same scan.
Just stationary.
Again, this is the live radar view right now, just to kind of give you an idea where the storm's at. Again, near Long Pine, just south of Bassett, Nebraska. This is, again, where Connor is. This is where the rotation is. All right, it's entirely rain-wrapped. Again, that's where the rotation would be and where the tornado would be. Latest scan broadens out the rotation yet again. It might be occluding or something like that. This would be where the tornado is located, though, if it is somewhere there. Again, it's still pretty much rain-wrapped. Connor really doesn't have a great view of it right now since he's wrapped in the rain. But again, pretty much a stationary tornado if this is ongoing. You can kind of see over the last several scans, the rotation itself has barely been moving. And yet again, there's really nothing here other than most likely other than farmland. I don't think there's anything here. And again, it's moving off to the east slowly. More than likely, this will be moving east, producing a large hail and wind threat. We could still get a tornado threat as it approaches Bassett and Long Pine, but that still remains very uncertain because the area of rotation that we're looking at right now is heavily rain wrapped and it's extremely slow moving. So
You know,
that's kind of the latest update here. Long-term, Newport, Stewart, and Atkinson would be areas to watch for in Nebraska.
Yeah, could have. It's a bit of a start. Wind shifting out of coming out of the driver's side now a little bit more.
Also, quick update back over to the west. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Alliance, Bridgeport, Bayard. This is going to be also up towards Hemingford in western Nebraska. Damaging winds upwards of 60 miles per hour, or 70 miles per hour, excuse me, will be possible, and quarter-sized hail. Back over here in northern Colorado, and as well southeastern parts of Wyoming, mostly a wind and hail threat. Currently, no tornado warnings in Colorado. We did have one earlier, but that one has now obviously ended. Really, the main concern right now is the storm that's back up here in northern Nebraska, which could produce, again, a tornado, as it is right near the warm frontal boundary. There's a lot of spin, a lot of wind shear. Very well might do something here in the next few minutes.
Any new scans?
The latest scan, this is what it shows in the latest radar scan. This is your area of rotation. So again, if there is a tornado, it's going to be right here. As I mentioned before, this is what it looks like on reflectivity. It is a fully rain-wrapped tornado if we do have a tornado. Which it is very uncertain. Nothing's officially been confirmed at any point here.
Dude, I think it's just far away enough we're good. Like, look how much it weakened. Look, it's not...
Do you really trust?
Yes,
100%.
100%.
Velocity on a decaying tornado, that there could be a violent, weak drill bit there on the occluding meso. You know that happens all the time, bro.
Dude, I mean, we are...
They're debating whether to keep going east and get out of
45
this.
miles from the radar.
Like, to get out of the rain and see if they can see it out in front of it. It's dangerous because this tornado is not really moving anywhere, and it could go racing to the north at any time if it wants to. It could go racing east. It's a stationary area of rotation right now. It's a bit of a dangerous situation for a storm chaser that only has one road. Like, this is the situation that we're dealing with. This is the only road right here. And this is the rotation. It's, again, barely moving. But it could go north, it could go east. The last 7 scans have had it in the same place. So, we'll see. And again, this is where Connor is. That's him on Radar Omega here. Hey, Tony, for the $10 super chat. Watching from Denver. Had no idea we're at risk today until I saw the stream. Yeah, it's a pretty low risk. It's not too concerning. The thumbnail today is the entire risk for the, you know, Central Plains and back over into, like, Colorado and whatnot. We don't usually have a thumbnail that goes all the way down to Arizona, by the way. Today's severe weather threat includes Arizona, Utah, a bunch of states back over there to the west. Not typical that we go live for something that also includes those areas.
Still a lot to scan.
Thank you to Jeff for becoming a moderate velocity member.
I think it's loading
and welcome
pretty
to the
fast
velocities.
compared to what it normally does. I feel like it normally loads every 7 minutes. 6-7 minutes. We gotta go east.
This is the latest scan. And this is the area of rotation. It's definitely weaker and broader than before, but it could still produce something down the road. We could see this recycle as well. Problem is right now it's becoming very stationary. We still have a lot of storm mergers that could happen here over the next hour or two with any convection that develops down to the south of this massive supercell. So there's still a possibility that we get some sort of other storm merger that ramps up this particular storm and produces a tornado. It's relatively semi-discrete. We have a couple of different updrafts with this particular area of storm activity, which is going to make it a little bit more hard, I think, to produce a tornado. But that's what we're looking at right now on reflectivity just south of Answorth in Nebraska. Thank you, Kosan, also for becoming a maximum velocity member. And welcome to the velocities.
Do we go south of Bassett and just get ahead of it?
Appreciate all the new members today.
And then we should have some westerly roads.
How do we get south of Bassett?
We go north to...
Also, depending on how long this live stream is today, we might have a members-only stream tonight. So stay tuned for that. I don't know if we will. It's contingent on the weather more than anything.
When there's not a tornado, just a quarter mile south of it.
A little farther in the quarter mile.
He's getting the RFD. He's been in the RFD for a while. The wind's definitely caught him down, though, where the RFD search would be. They're just kind of sitting to kind of wait out in case this does try to do something crazy. Again, if there is a tornado that does drop, they are on a one-road way. They only can go west and east. They can't go anywhere else for like 2 miles because it's a very poor road network here in northern Nebraska.
You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't dropping right on that road. You know, it was dropping just.
Thank you, Trust, and also Loretta for becoming members, and welcome to the Velocities. This is the latest scan. Yet again, the rotation on the latest scan is actually going towards Connor, which is interesting. It's very broad, but it's actually very slowly kind of drifting a little bit more to the northwest. This is 3 minutes ago, so it's not the most recent scan, but that rotation now is here. Yeah, you can see it there. It's actually going towards Connor now. So we might see something. I don't know. Connor's now driving, so we'll see what happens. But the rotation's actually kind of going towards him. You can actually see the wind picking up now, too. RFD is rear flank downdraft. Whenever I say RFD, that's what that means. Basically, the winds that are inside the storm that are kind of surging out into like the hook echo kind of spins up the storm, and a lot of the time it's embedded in the supercell if we have some sort of rotation. Thank you, Roger, for becoming a maximum velocity member as well. Welcome to the Velocities.
It's gonna get a little curvy.
Dude, that was definitely a wet.
Tornado warning was just updated. It does again include Brown and Rock County, Nebraska. Has been condensed a little bit, but yet again, this is basically the same area that we're in right now for this tornado warning. Could even have some development happen over here. We kind of got a couple areas to watch for right now, south of Long Pine and south of Answorth. A couple different areas to watch for a potential for a tornado with this. I would honestly say this area too. We kind of got 3 different areas of very broad rotation. Main one is where Connor is, in my opinion, but we could see redevelopment out here to the east somewhere. So, something to watch for. And by the way, this is the only road that connects Highway 7 and South Pine Avenue here just south of Answorth, at least in this general area. It's just a muddy road. It's not a great road network. Thank you, Dan, for becoming a member, and also thank you, Michael, for the $10 super chat. Appreciate the generosity.
Eventually, would have gotten into a position where I was comfortable following it.
Should do a video explaining some of the acronyms that you use regularly. I'll try to just say it in streams. I'll try to explain it more. It's more of an explaining thing. It's not really about... I don't really think we need a video for that.
We do need to get in the notch. We're gonna have to notch.
The only acronyms I really use are RFD, Tory. Can't think of any others. Cheese curds. Maybe that's an acronym. Not really. The more streams you watch, the more you pick up. That is true. Alright, we have a new velocity scan coming in here in a second. There it is. So this area of rotation that Connor's in looks to be occluding. This looks like it might be a new area to watch for. Matching it up with reflectivity, it doesn't look overly impressive, but there is definitely some spin there. So again, I don't see any other radar sites to try to verify that. Just trying to see. Yeah, that might be a new area of rotation that's developing. CG? Oh yeah, CG, PDS. Yeah, there's actually a few more than I thought. Yeah, it looks like we have a new area of circulation developing about 2 or 3 miles to the east of Connor. It's about 4, actually. Sorry, it's almost 5 miles to the west of Connor. The initial area of rotation has occluded. It looks like that might be the area to watch for, though, now.
I get back to where it's straight.
Yeah, I think we should
right here.
At some point. There we go. It's about to
Right
get
here.
straight. We got straight here after this curve.
PDS is a relatively common acronym, but it's definitely not widely known, especially for people that are new to weather, that don't watch weather live streams every day.
Bro, what is this? I can't see.
CC? Oh yeah, CC. There's actually a lot more than I thought. Never mind.
We're in the RFD again.
I use a lot of acronyms. It's at least 6 or 7.
Form into our east.
Storm to our east, yeah.
Oh, they're back in the RFD surge again.
Man, I don't even know. It's
Wow.
Stationary
That's
man
actually a
around.
ridiculous.
significant surge of wind right now. Starting to lose signal here.
About 3 miles per hour.
Looks like he's in a car wash. We'll go back to him in a second once this connection comes back. Yeah, and this is where Connor is right now. There's an RFD surge in this area. Here's the latest velocity scan. We might have something here, by the way. Again, south of Long Pine, right around the south, or just south of Long Pine on South Pine Avenue. There might be something developing there. There could be a new tornado developing just off to their east. And down to the south here, we could have some sort of development here too. That's really where the rotation has gone. Comparatively to Connor. So, still a couple areas that we're watching here. Do I have a custom
We can go north.
color template for radar? I do. You can download it on our Discord server. The Discord link is in the description.
No, we can't go north for about 3.5 miles here, so.
I'm back in like 2 seconds. I can get my water.
It's just like the dumb Hazleton tornado a couple, 3 weeks
Okay.
ago, you know? On that
Gotta do
moderate
radar.
Did not bring my water. I wasn't ready to go live.
3 minutes ago. I think it's about to update.
Hey, Rob, for the $4.99. Appreciate that. Thank you. I don't even want to watch Connor stream. He's stressing me out. Yeah, I gotta say, being a storm chaser can definitely be stressful. We might go on a storm chase with Connor in the future, by the way. It is very possible.
Flying up right here.
That'd be exciting.
Great.
I would be excited to do that.
Just more complications.
It is a possibility in the future. When? Who knows? It is possible. We actually might be doing a members-only golf stream in the future, which would be even... that would be pretty crazy, too. By the way, out to the west in western Nebraska, we do have a full-blown cluster of storms that has now developed. It is a large Boeing segment, mostly a wind threat up to 70 miles per hour across western Nebraska. And again, maybe an isolated tornado, but the main concern will be wind and hail from here on out with that activity. And again, anything that can stay discreet like this over here has a chance to produce a tornado. Let's see what the next velocity scan shows here, which will come in just a second. Here's the latest scan. I'm not seeing anything as organized as before. We still have circulation here, right along South Pine Avenue, but it looks pretty broad back to his west, so that might be an area to watch for, but it's really becoming a massive area of just blowing up convection. I mean, we have updraft after updraft developing all in this area, so it's just a lot of storm mergers that are happening. That could kill the tornado threat here for the rest of the night, but we'll see. It might not. It depends on if they keep going or not. This storm has cycled many times, and it's been very strong when it comes to rotation a few times also.
See something over there?
No, yeah, just a little scud. Might be the inflow tail right
Yeah.
there. Probably the inflow tail.
Yeah.
And then
You would stream if you went with Connor. I'm not sure if I would stream, but I know Connor would. I don't know if I could really do that.
No.
Kind of hard to do that.
Rotate.
Yeah.
But maybe. I don't know. Connor's almost out of the rain, so we might be able to see something here in a second. We'll see.
We go north a little bit, then a little bit west, and then we can go north up to Long Pine, and then east.
Yeah, because we just need to get out ahead of the whole block.
Yep.
Surprised and glad you went live. I almost went live earlier for the Michigan tornado threat, but it wasn't really that crazy because a lot of the rotation was week 1, and then 2, the rotation in general. Oh, this is now on the ground. Okay. We have a confirmed tornado now in Nebraska.
This is an urgent alert. A tornado is on the ground. Seek shelter immediately.
All right, so this has now been observed as a tornado in Nebraska. That's not updated on my end on here, but it has just updated on my other software. This is a confirmed tornado, and presumably this would be it right here or something in here near South Pine Avenue. There you go. That's now observed on here. So weather spotters confirmed a tornado 8 miles south of Long Pine, which is probably that. Yeah, it's probably right about there, right along South Pine Avenue. So this is now an observed tornado. If you are in this warning, again, seek shelter away from windows, lowest floor possible, and in an interior room of your home or building. But this has officially been a confirmed tornado now, just to the south of Long Pine. It is very stationary right now, but if you're anywhere in the pink polygon, make sure that you're getting to your safe place, because again, this tornado could go any direction. We have a potential for a drunknado out of something like this, which means that a tornado could legitimately go any direction, could do a big U-turn going west, it could go east, it could go north, it could go south. There's really not a whole lot steering this, so it could go any direction. But yet again, there is a tornado that has been confirmed here by weather spotters in the area. So get to your safe place, away from windows, and on the lowest floor possible, if you are in this warning. Again, Connor's inside the storm. We'll see if he can see anything. He's not far from where there would be a tornado if there is one. He's only about a mile out, I think, from where the tornado is actually at.
But that's actually, the road just keeps going. Here we go, north.
Thank you to Chaos, by the way, for becoming a member. And welcome to the Velocities.
All right, we go north for a mile, and then we go back. Probably for a couple miles. And then...
By the way, the tornado warning does include a population of 240. Just to give you an idea of where this is at. That's the warning. So again, in northern Nebraska, 240, near Long Pine, Bassett. Just to the southeast of Answorth. Go back to him in a second. And this tornado would be likely rain wrapped in here somewhere. Again, Connor's right here. If there is still a tornado, it's going to be probably right there along South Pine Avenue, which is this main road here that goes up and down from Long Pine back down to the south. And yet again, it does include Brown and Rock County. A new velocity scan will be in here in a second.
Chat you saw about 20 minutes ago, that was likely a large wedge tornado. I could see the motion on the right edge.
Tons of upward motion.
There was crazy upward motion on that right edge. Okay,
Actually, this was confirmed 11 minutes ago, but it just got upgraded. So as of 11 minutes ago, tornado was confirmed on the ground by Fire Chief and was reported rain-wrapped. As of 11 minutes ago, which Connors was just talking about, by the way. There's not a wedge on the ground right now, at least from what we know. But that's what we thought was on the ground about, 11, 12 minutes ago or whatnot. If you go back in time, I mean, this is where we had rotation, but more in the past, if we go back like 14 scans, you'll see it way back here. I think this may have been what was reported. I'm not 100% sure. The timing on this says 5:47. This happened at 5:31, where we think we had a large, tornado, potentially a wedge or something like that, that was just in an open field. We don't really know 100% still, but there was a new report recently, at least that's what we think this report is, of a new tornado that's on the ground. So again, if you're in the pink polygon, you're Long Pine, south of Bassett, make sure that you're getting to your safe place.
Route to even just get south. I think we just...
Again, Connor's in this area. We'll see if we see anything.
Long Pine and then east of Bassett, south of Bassett.
Unless this just becomes dominant. Then
I wouldn't think it would. The boundary looks like it's all the way south.
Yeah, this looks like outflows out of it. So I think on this, the east one is going to stay dominant.
I would agree. So we might not be able to do Bassett in time, to be honest. If it accelerates at all,
yeah,
then we're going to put ourselves in the exact same situation.
It is moving so slow. I
agree we go north to the highway. I just don't know exactly when we're going to be able to go back south. RFD's wild again right here. Can't
east
see.
of Bassett, it's rough, but we do have some kind of east roads, over to Atkins.
I mean south roads.
What color tables do I use? You can join our Discord server, link in the description. Then you can download at least the one for the radar I have on there.
Maybe it's from our stream, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in, there's a tornado on the ground. It looks like Connor's back in the RP surge.
Quarter mile.
So again, just south of Long Pine, Nebraska. Very rural areas, as I mentioned before. But If you are one of the 290 people in the warning, or if you're just driving here along South Pine Avenue, make sure that you are seeking shelter, away from windows, lowest floor possible. If you're in a mobile home, you have to get to a sturdy structure, as there is a confirmed tornado, again, by fire chief in the area.
All right. Time to punch the corks up north. At least we're taping now.
5 miles north.
This whole 5 miles is gonna be hell.
Rotation
Yeah,
seems
I
weird to
know.
me on radar. Yeah, I don't know about this one. I don't really know 100%. At least on radar, I think this was the tornado that was confirmed, is my guess. That was rain wrapped. This happened at 5:47. So this was probably what was reported as the tornado, and I think it's already occluded. If it is still on the ground, it's over here somewhere to the east, but even then, that's clear air. I may have already occluded. Not 100% sure. The last report that we have of this being on the ground was 14 minutes ago.
Straight into my car.
Northerlies
Just blasted.
I was trying to see if we have any camera views on this storm. We don't really have any others.
Gosh, this is like 60-mile-an-hour RMD right into me.
I feel like it's gearing up to do a big cycle again in the next like half hour or so.
Anyone else have a picture of it?
I haven't. I can't try and look. Can't get internet anyway. Must have done damage or something. Someone had a picture.
Hey, Gale here.
Again, if you're just tuning in, this is the confirmed tornado that is currently just south of, or near Long Pine, or just south of Long Pine here in Nebraska. Connor, again's inside of the storm. A lot of wind, big RP surge. We don't really 100% know, again, if there's still a tornado on the ground with this. We've been watching it for several minutes now. The rotation was much stronger just to the south of where Connor is right now, and it has kind of occluded over the last several scans. But if there is still something, it would be eventually approaching Highway 183, just south of Bassett. So it is approaching some more land, by the way. There are more people here. There's definitely some farmland in this area. So if you know anybody just southeast of Long Pine, make sure that you're giving them a call or text, and make sure that they are getting to their safe place, away from windows, lowest floor possible, and into an interior room of your home or building, as the storm does continue to move east. We'll stay with Connor here for the time being, but we don't have any other view right now of this. Now, down the road, if this is still producing a tornado, Newport, Stewart, and Atkinson would be next in track of it. It is a very slow-moving storm, so it is probably not going to get there anytime soon. Back over in western Nebraska, we still have a very large cluster of storms, a Boeing segment that has developed back near Alliance, east of Scotts Bluff, with a widespread threat right now of damaging winds upwards of 70 miles per hour. Anywhere from about Bridgeport, right along Highway 26, back near Hayes Springs, which is just south of Highway 20. Be ready if you're in Hyannis, or back over near Arthur for some wind threat, at least a wind threat for damaging winds upwards of 70 miles per hour. Storm activity in Colorado definitely kind of weakening out for the most part right now. And then back over in parts of Michigan, we have at least concluded the severe weather threat, it looks like, for today. Northeast, looking pretty okay right now. I mean, a lot of storms still out there. We'll still have trees going down. We have a lot of black circles, which represent storm reports. So damaging winds has been a big concern here across the Northeast today, but majority of the storms are now just strong, with some isolated severe storms still remaining. But overall, the threat is kind of dwindling there. We have severe weather beginning in Arizona, with damaging winds being a possibility. I know it might be shocking, but we actually have severe weather in Arizona. And then, yeah, again, most of the activity, though, is in Nebraska. Let's Let's go back to radar real quick. Again, if there is still a tornado, it would be right there. Could even have something developing back over here as well, just to the southwest of Long Pine. A couple of different areas that we're looking at right now.
Bro, you gotta let me know if this road curves, man.
Okay.
Big gust of wind right when it curved. I could not see it.
Curves.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the correlation coefficient, there is a, you know, debris signature, if you will, right there, but it's not debris. The thing is, it's clear air from just like there being no precipitation. I really don't think this is a tornado here anymore. I think this already occluded. I don't think this is like a long track tornado, because again, this was reported about 20 minutes ago now. I don't think this is still on the ground, even though velocity still appears strong. I think there's probably gonna be some sort of recycling that happens though with this, as this does continue to push to the east very slowly. We're having a new velocity scan in a second, so we'll wait here. While we wait for this new scan, if you're new to the channel, again, make sure to subscribe down below. Keep you posted with the latest with severe weather coverage. Here's the latest scan, which is showing now that area that I was just showing you is gone. Looks like this is the area that we're going to be watching for, as there still is a relatively large RFD surge. Very high velocities, with velocities right now upwards of 70 to 75 miles per hour going towards the radar. This will be the new area to watch for, I think, though. This is where the initial tornado just happened, and we'll probably get a new one trying to develop there. And if you look at the last several radar scans, you can kind of see the reflectivity kind of organizing a bit more there. We're starting to get at least a little bit more organization. The problem still is that we have a lot of convection bubbling up in this area, and as long as that continues to bubble up here near Route 183 and just to the southeast of Long Pine, this tornado threat is going to struggle to organize. If the storms that are blowing up now stop, if we don't keep getting all this convection, there could be a big tornado. It's, again, a very low chance, I think, but it's definitely a possibility, depending on how things trend here. But we've just had so many of these little storms developing and merging with this, and we have another storm merger happening right now with this little area of convection that just bubbled up, which is now crashing into this big supercell. So that's all still happening right now. Still a large hail core, so we're still dealing with large to very large hail back up near Bassett and Long Pine. The current threat is quarter-sized hail in the warning, but I would say it's more of a 2-inch sized hail threat. Overall, for those like near Long Pine and Bassett, in addition to that, damaging winds could be still as high as 70 miles per hour. And again, we are northern Nebraska, just for reference. We'll have another velocity scan in just a moment. By the way, Tucker, whenever you make posts, you should be able to post to Instagram now on the posting platform. All three of those should be able to work now. I saw a CC drop on Radar Omega. Well, the CC drop that you saw was just a low precip area of contamination. It wasn't an actual tornado. Here's the latest radar scan. So again, still just high winds right now embedded in the storm. I'm not seeing anything organizing quite yet. It's trying. It's just, again, the problem right now is that we have all these storm mergers happening. We'll see what the reflectivity scan shows, but if this merges and we don't get anything else developing down here, we could see this go rogue again and blow up into some sort of big storm. But yeah, it's gonna be contingent on this staying, you know, away from all these storm mergers. I mean, they're just happening nonstop right now. Convection continues to blow up down here. Got a bit of an outflow boundary down here. We keep seeing this convection blow up, moving into the storm, all merging with one large updraft, essentially. But as long as we keep having these updrafts that merge into the biggest updraft, which is the big supercell that we have, you know, the tornado threat's going to stay lower. If this is the last one, and the storm stays discreet, we could see something happen. But once again, it does remain relatively uncertain right now. How's it going, Jordan? But as of right now, this is still an observed tornado warning, even though I don't think this is on the ground anymore. Back to Connor here for a second.
Gonna be a little bit harder to come by.
Leave it to Nebraska to make Max go online.
I think.
Yeah,
I think right.
it happens. Nebraska's the state.
Right
Weird
there.
things happen in Nebraska.
Finally, can take a little breather. 30 minutes of just high stress. Willis tornado just randomly occlude northwest along the warm front.
You have a new radar scan coming in right now, by the way.
Finally gonna go to a real paved road.
And you know,
The road network's what messed us up, dude.
yeah, honestly.
If I could have gone a mile north and then dropped into it, like it would have been such an easy intercept. If I
Or
could've
if
gone
we
a
could
mile
have gone south like another mile and then went east.
like
there.
either one of those would have been.
Yeah.
That road was in the one spot that I was not comfortable.
Here's the
with.
latest
Like, a mile
radar
to the
scan.
north,
Let's
I
go back to
would've-
radar here. And still a relatively large supercell. This next storm merger, it has merged. So we'll see if this can get going again. It might be able to as this approaches Route 183. This is, again, the next area to watch for that threat of a tornado. Just to the south of Bassett. We'll see what the velocities and everything like that show here, which it does look like it's organizing again. So here you go. It is trying to organize yet again. We have this new storm merger just happened. And so it is very possible that here we do see a new threat for a tornado develop. So it is definitely starting to recycle again. And it is currently moving to the east towards Route 183. Connor's right now repositioning. He's going towards Bassett, probably going to drop down to the south. So he's just repositioning to try to get out in front of this, as it is a really hard road network, as mentioned before by him and as well as me. It's a very rural area here in Nebraska. There aren't many roads, and the roads that are there, they're not overly favorable. There was legitimate hail flow back over in Scottsbluff, Nebraska. I just retweeted the video of that on Twitter at MaxVelocityWX. Yeah, here's the latest scan. So again, it's reorganizing again. So that it's bubbling up again. And as long as there's not another storm merger, I do think this has a solid chance at producing a tornado. Who's with Connor? It's Ben Williams. Reed is not there. I don't know where Reed is. He went to like some sort of conference a couple days ago. I don't know when he's gonna be back out chasing. I mean, I don't work with him, but I'm just saying I don't know when he's gonna be back out there. Right, we do have a new reflectivity scan. We'll see what the velocities show here. The storm is very slowly moving east at like 10 miles per hour. And this looks like it's about to drop again. I think we're about to get an actual tornado here. So it looks like a new tornado is about to drop just to the west of Route 183. As of right now, it is still a tornado warning for the next minute. It's about to expire. And so there will probably be a new tornado warning on this in a moment. This rotation is definitely strengthening again. It's organizing right after the storm merger, and it very well could produce another tornado as it moves towards Route 183. The rotation near Alliance, Nebraska. Back over here to the west. Oh, you're talking about the leading edge here. It's hard to tell what that exactly is. There's a big radar hole here. It's probably just wind. There might be some sort of QLCS tornado threat here, though. No TP on it, but wouldn't rule out that there's something there trying to develop. All right, tornado warning has obviously ended for the time being, but they're probably going to issue a new one here in a second. There's no warning at all in this storm, but obviously if you're in Bassett, Long Pine, Newport, you need to stay away from windows and whatnot. There will be, I'm guessing, 2 new warnings on this. One that's tornadic and one that's severe here in a moment. Because that rotation is definitely ramping up yet again, going towards Route 183 in Nebraska. I don't know why it says -1 tornado warning. That's happened like 3 times in the last like 2 weeks on this live stream, or on these live streams. How is this not warned? I don't know. They might have just forgotten or something. I'm not sure. Connor's about to drop back south on this in a second. This is the latest scan. There's absolutely no warning on this right now. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they forgot they were expiring. I'm not sure. As I mentioned before, though, if you're near Route 183 south of Bassett, continue to stay in your safe place. This is still a dangerous storm. I mean, I don't think there's a tornado on the ground right now, but we at least have damaging winds up to 60. We at least have a threat for hail upwards of quarters to, ping pong balls right now embedded in this storm south of Long Pine. And then we also have the potential again for a tornado if this is able to develop. We have no warning on this right now, but we're a little after a minute now on this being expired entirely. Well, while we wait for this, friendly reminder, make sure to like the stream, subscribe if you're new to the channel as well. And just a heads up, we do have new products on shopmaxvelocity.net. You can pick one up with the link in the description. We have new Drunk NATO merch with a wine tumbler and much more. I do want to give a huge shout out, by the way, to Wayne. Off stream, he purchased merch and also donated $100. So I do want to give him a big shout out. Thank you, Wayne, for the very generous $100 donation. Put some hearts in the chat for Wayne. I don't know if he's here, but I really do appreciate the generosity. There you go.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
All right, we have now a new tornado warning on this storm near Highway 183, just south of Bassett. If you are in the pink polygon, again, get to your safe place, away from windows, lowest floor possible, and in an interior room of your home or building. Again, just southeast of Long Pine, south of Bassett. I'll have a actual pink polygon for you in a second. No major town locations really in this right now, but this is a storm that is still tornadic and has undergone another merger, and there's a possibility that we get a tornado out of this as it moves east. As long as we don't keep getting more storm mergers, and as long as it stays organized, which for the time being, it's definitely a bit more organized. This is for Rock County, Nebraska. That is the only county in this warning right now. I'll have another velocity scan in just a second. Yeah, the rotation's definitely still strong enough for there to be a tornado. Merch does ship to the UK. Yeah, it ships globally. It's the details on the new warning. It's radar indicated. Nothing confirmed on this as of right now. But it was confirmed as of about half an hour ago now. But that obviously lifted. I don't think it was on the ground very long. Now, the good news is that this tornado warning right now includes a very small area. Again, it's just south of Highway 20, so very rural areas, 55 people. Obviously, if you are one of those people, get to your safe place. If you know any friends or family just to the south of Bassett, Nebraska, make sure to let them know. If you know any friends or family that are traveling along Highway 183 or might be in this area traveling, also make sure to let them know that there is a storm that is has a history producing a tornado and is also capable of producing a tornado right now, moving eastbound. And again, that's the area of rotation that we're looking at right now, moving to the east. And Connor is driving right to the south now towards this storm. So he's driving right towards it right now. We'll have a view from him here probably in the next 7 or 8 minutes, is my guess.
You can make that in 7 minutes, right?
Yeah.
All over this Kentucky heat. The heat wave has been brutal. It's been absolutely brutal for the East Coast. And I actually talked about it in today's video. That's the main topic. Talked a lot about that. Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be moving towards the southern plains by the weekend. Thank you, Karen, for the $10 super chat. Appreciate it. Stewart is not good by any means. I mean, you're still in the track of this storm, but you are still probably at least an hour out from seeing any major impacts from this. So I would not be super concerned right now, but just stay weather aware. Because you are going to eventually be in the track of this storm.
Yeah, a little less than half day. Here we go, chat. Buckle up. Going back in.
This is the latest scan, by the way. So this is the area of rotation that we're looking at. Again, near Highway 183. Connor is really only about 5 miles maybe to the north of this. He's going pretty quick. I think the speed limit's pretty high, so he's getting there pretty quick. We'll have a view of this here in just a moment, but rotation is definitely trying to intensify right now. It is trying to organize yet again. It just underwent a storm merger, and that could very easily make this produce a tornado. But we have yet again another storm merger happening here, so I don't know. It's had a lot of storm mergers. As long as they keep happening, the threat is low. But if the storm mergers stop, this tornado threat could go skyrocketing. It's just gonna be a matter of what actually happens here with all these storm mergers. That's been the reason why it's not been able to produce. There's just too many storms merging with this big supercell. Rotation as of right now, though, still on the stronger side of things, moving towards Highway 183. Continue to stay in your safe place if you are in this warning. While they keep driving down to the south, I'm going to take a quick 60-second break. We'll be right back.
Yep.
They just got 2 more mergers before Blink, and it's probably about to drop another.
We're back in. Here we go.
I haven't seen any pictures of it,
No.
other than people posting your stream.
Reminder, if you guys are enjoying the stream, before we go back in here, that all support for the channel is greatly appreciated, whether that's just liking. If you haven't liked the stream, make sure to smash that like button.
All right.
We only have 2,000 likes. We've had 4,000 people in here. Hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe.
As I just came back, again, we do have a new radar scan. In a second, it should pop up on the velocities. Still have another storm merger happening. It looks like we have a lot of clearing out here, but we still have more convection blowing up to the southeast of the supercell. So again, still constant storm mergers right now happening here. It is trying to organize again, though. You kind of see the hook shape developing on this again. So we'll see if it successfully is able to organize. It's been struggling here for a while with all the convection that we've had, but if you if you zoom out here, this is the only storm basically. It's a lot of storms developing now behind it and around it. They're all kind of just convecting and blowing up. But this has been a right hand moving storm. It is favorable for producing a tornado if it's able to organize and stay organized. This is the latest velocity scan. Still got rotation right now approaching Highway 183. This is Connor. Again, he is driving due south towards that rotation. He is currently 5 miles away, so he's probably about 5 minutes out. I'm guessing that road is 60, so I've been paying attention to the speed limit signs, but I'm guessing that's the speed limit.
Literally called that is the Bears cage we were in.
It's at least a few miles wide.
That was a massive Bears cage. Should be about.
Yeah, there is a clear inflow now on this storm. It's very clear. It's very evident that we have an inflow.
Like I said, we just gotta. He's not a chase.
Dude, it's pure grunge in here.
I know. It could just be pure grunge. We don't even want to mess with it or just kind of sit on the north side. I'm not, I think these are going to include more northwest than just due north. So,
Man,
they could that's what the last one did, so I think
we're
we'll be
supposed
okay.
to be entering like.
Clearing.
Connor is probably, by the way, about
Never know.
a minute out, I would say, maybe 2 minutes out from actually being able to see if there's a lowering. So I just want to let you know, kind of giving an ETA on that, because he is about to be in the clear slot.
Why are there winds
Unless
coming out of
another
the
storm blows up, which is possible. This area's been convecting a ton, which, as I say that, wow, that's unbelievable timing. I mean, this storm is literally unbelievable. This little red blob right here That is yet again another updraft that has developed. I mean, look at the last radar scan. There's nothing. I mean, that's unbelievable. So, actually, no, you can see something. You can kind of see to the left side now. All right, let's... Oh, wait, let me look at the velocities first. Or they haven't updated. You can actually kind of see on the left side of your screen some clearing. But
This is gonna be the exact
that
thing
timing
as
is
last
unbelievable.
So sketch.
Connor's
We have a
getting
couple-
into now
we
the
have a
RFD
couple
surge,
miles.
so you can kind of see the wind picking up a little bit behind
We'll
him.
have to be very
His
careful.
tail right
No.
side.
Yeah, until we don't.
Which you don't really know. I mean, I can tell we're good right here, but like,
Yeah, like
No,
I don't. We're not
no.
in any threat here.
no, we're good right now.
Hey, by the way, Ed, for the $10 donation. I do think it has an
Look at the
aspect
look at the left
to do
edge.
with
Probably
the
one-
severe
look
weather
at that.
increase, but
That's an
Left
info
tail on the
tail.
left
Um,
edge.
yeah, I think overall there's definitely something there.
Dude.
Because the temperatures have been just so warm this year.
Dude, maybe.
And with it being so
Bro,
warm this
what?
year in terms of the temperatures, we've had a lot more severe weather.
Pull off the
The
road,
transition
guys.
between El Nino and La Nina has kind of sparked things up too. That's why the hurricane season's probably going to be extremely active, because the water temperatures are already absurdly warm.
No way. There's
Definitely
no
not
way,
typical.
bro. Dude, what is this? I'm on the curb.
Yeah. No, it's your right tires. Okay, just reverse.
Reverse out of it. Dude, come on, man. Like, what even is that, man? Oh, we're stuck, dude. We're done.
I know. Don't dig. Just don't dig it.
I don't even know. Well, it's still-
I think Connor's stuck.
Like,
It's on the ground, probably. In there, right?
That's not good, because there's
Close.
possibly a tornado on the ground right now, just to the south.
maybe you should. Nah, it's not even worth it, man. Dude, like,
I don't know what he was doing, because there's just all grass right there.
It's
it's just
sinking
grass,
mud.
bro. It was grass, though.
This happened to me like a month ago. I tried to get in the grass and it was just mud.
Looks
Maybe
like
a lot of
Connor
people
is
will help us
stuck.
out.
If you are in the area and you have a tow truck or something like that, might be able to help him out. Well, there's a truck. I
Like,
don't think that was a tow truck, though. Quick update on the radar, by the way. Again, the rotation's pretty strong right along Route 183. We also have another pocket of rotation back to the west of that. This is the latest scan. We could have actually a pretty sizable lowering right now, right over Route 183. There's really not much he's missing, to be honest, because right now another storm merger just happened. This is an extremely rain-wrapped area of rotation. So granted, right now, if there's a tornado, it's going to be a large rain-wrapped area right over Route 183. So again, if you are in the pink polygon, continue to stay in your safe place, away from windows and on the lowest floor possible. Again, just south of Bassett and south of Newport, moving to the east and east-northeast. And this, again, Connor, as I mentioned before, we'll stay on him for a second, but he's stuck. There's wind, and he's about to be pelted with a lot of hail, so hopefully they stay safe there.
so fucking stupid, man.
But Connor's gonna have to wait this storm out, which it might be a while, because he is about to get pounded by a hail core. I don't know how he got stuck. I wasn't really looking when that happened. I don't know if he was just pulling off to the side of the road or something. I think we have a new invention for storm chasers that'll be coming to a store near you. Flying tires.
And then now those freaking baseballs coming out.
Get 10 seconds, you can fly your car out of ditches like this. You can see the hail falling, by the way, so there's definitely some hail in here. The storm itself has ping pong ball sized hail for the warning.
Maybe like last time we'll get it close to this somehow. Or maybe we need to be just slightly
Hopefully it just
south.
keeps going east and fast and way too much.
You know, the good news is that they didn't get stuck
I think
where
we're
there
safe.
might be a
I think
tornado,
we're
which is like 2 miles to their
safe.
south right now, if there is one, on Route 183.
It would have to do a pretty wild occlusion to hit us. So
My tires probably suck.
He was trying to do a U-turn? Was that what he was trying to do? back and look.
Oh,
Points
dude.
of ping pong, so.
Why? How is that mud? I don't even get it, man.
Yeah, I was chasing like a month and a
Yeah,
half
that's
ago.
I think what
I did
happened.
the same thing. I pulled out on the
I think he just pulled off and then I don't know if he was really trying to U-turn, but he just pulled off and it
How, bro?
got stuck.
Like, there's like it's like 6 inches buried in mud and it's just grass.
Stuck NATO. The hail threat just got downgraded to ping pong ball sized hail on this storm. It is still radar indicated. Still a large broad area of circulation over Highway 183. The latest scan will show this to be a little bit weaker. You'll see that probably in a second. But it is completely rain wrapped, as I mentioned before, so you're not gonna be able to see it. If you're anywhere in these areas, don't be that kind of person that's like, oh, I'm gonna go sit on my porch and watch this tornado. We're in Nebraska, we see this all the time. Don't be like that. All right, get to your safe place. It's a fully rain wrapped tornado if we have one on the ground, and it could again be on the stronger side of things. If it is, we don't really again know if it is. There's no debris signature, but the rotation still remains relatively strong, right along Route 183.
Opening the door when we're stuck. Facing that way, you know.
Yeah, this is in Rock County,
Hard to close.
Nebraska, just to the south of Bassett.
Oh my gosh.
Like it's literally like that looks like normal grass.
Yeah.
That looks like normal grass, chat. Normal grass, and that is literally 6 inches of mud. And it looks
Yeah, look at
normal
that.
Grass. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't even know what to say. Can't really believe it right now.
Freddy's gonna try to help. Yeah, props to Freddy. I mean, they all kind of know each other, so props to Freddy.
Neutral,
We're trying to
break it
work
out
with
into
Freddy
that.
here sometime in the
Well,
future,
if there
but
weren't hail coming down, we
I haven't really
might,
gotten a
but-
response, not from Freddy, but the person that licenses it out.
There's like wind driven.
We're thinking about working with them in the future.
At like 60 miles an hour.
It's not a ditch. It wasn't even a ditch. It was just grass.
No, we're this road is it's flat. We're on the side of the road.
Like, the only reason I'm down further is because I just tried to get out.
It's just doing
All right.
the same thing. It's a massive rain wrap tornado.
Hey, John, for the $4.99. Yeah, I mean, some people actually legitimately do, sit out on porches. I did a cameo for somebody about a week ago for Father's Day, and they were talking about how they live in Oklahoma, and they were always running away from tornadoes. They didn't actually want to be anywhere near them. So, some people in Oklahoma, for example, like, they'll just, sit out on their porch, which I don't recommend, by the way, but some people do that, just kind of trying to see a tornado, which, again, do not recommend at all. But some people do that, and some people just run away from them. So there isn't really a whole lot of it in between when it comes to tornadoes a lot of the time. Here's the latest velocity scan. So still, again, a strong area of rotation right now just to the east of Route 183. It is on track eventually to go towards Newport and Stewart and Atkinson. It's been predominantly going eastbound, so the chances of this going towards Newport, at least the rotation, is low. I think more than anything, if it does impact anyone beyond Route 183, it would be like Emmett and Atkinson, which are very far away still, comparatively how fast this storm is moving. I think after it gets past this road here, near 457th Avenue, I think it'll really not be something that we have to be live for, because it's going to be a very rural area after that. And even by then, this storm is just getting absolutely infused right now with storm mergers. It's unbelievable. I mean, it was one big storm, and now we got, let's just count the updrafts, all right? Let's count them out here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, possibly 16. Some of these might not be it, but I mean, we got like 18 different storms. All those X marks there are various bubbling areas of convection right now. It's like a king ant right now that's near Bassett and Newport, with a lot of tiny ants helping out that queen ant or whatever it's called. Great analogy, but that's basically what's happening here. So the more storm mergers that we get, the lower the tornado risk will naturally be. If we only get 1 or 2, it's a different story, but there's tons of them coming right now. This storm is literally a magnet. It's kind of scary to see on radar. It's actually really weird to see on radar, this many areas of convection blowing up. And this is the outflow boundary, by the way. You can kind of see it right there. So all that convection's bubbling up right there, creating a lot of rising motion, creating ascent, and that's what we're seeing here on radar right now. It's very, very interesting. Updraft City, literally. Here's the latest scan.
Does that look like something you get stuck in? No. It looks like gravel. It's not gravel, though. It's mud.
Connor's looking at what he just got stuck in.
Last time
By the
we
way,
got
this
stuck, it was a
is
much
the
dumber
latest radar
radar.
scan. So again, that area of rotation now still strong. We could have a tornado at any time. It's in a field or in a forest or something like that out here just east of 183. It will be approaching WPA Road. So if you live along that road, you need to be in your safe place now in case there is a tornado on the ground. And again, this is currently tracking to the east.
You guys are stuck. Are you guys good?
Yeah, I just pulled off the side of the road thinking.
Connor's so pressed. I would be too, honestly. I mean, for anybody that gets stuck, especially in an environment like this, where there's literally massive storms around here, I would be in the same boat. I don't think any of us, if any of you guys got stuck in mud, and you were stuck there for hours, because, I mean, you would have probably a similar reaction, because, like,
I think you have my
he got
location.
stuck in mud over in
I
Oklahoma
died
back when that
something
huge
came,
wedge
but,
happened, or
we're
huge
just
cone
south
tornado
of,
that happened back last month.
South of Bassett on like the
And
highway. I mean,
that
literally
car
once
was
the
stuck
rain
there
hails
overnight.
down,
He didn't even get it out
probably
until the
just, like,
following
knock the car
morning,
out enough to maybe do something.
after countless
Maybe.
attempts.
I don't
So,
know, it's just,
I don't know
the
about
grass
that.
is like.
it's not like an easy situation for a storm chaser. The road networks are not great out here, which makes it even, harder. We still do have a large cluster of storms right now moving west to east. It's a Boeing segment near Alliance, moving eastbound going towards Gordon. Route 20 back over near Highway 26 as well. Damaging winds up to 70 does remain the main concern there. And then back over in New England right now, we do actually have a severe thunderstorm warning, a couple of them. These are all outflow-driven storms right now. Back over near Lawrence, Lowell, back through Leo Minister, and then back over near Greenfield. Main concern is going to be damaging winds with these storms going through Nashua, Manchester, near Atkinson, and Salem. All moving right now down to the south and southeast. Again, not really too concerned about these, but the main concern will be some damaging winds. Majority of these storms right now are moving east and southeast at about 30 miles per hour. So lightning, frequent lightning being a possibility, but nothing too crazy. It's a big line. It's basically a big cluster of storms that's all outflow driven here. So mostly just wind. Otherwise, I'm not super concerned about that threat. Here's the latest scan. Rotation again, still there. It's not as strong as before, but we still have rotation right now. Approaching WPA Road south of Bassett, Nebraska. So continue to stay in your safe place if you are in this warning, away from windows and on the lowest floor possible. This is the latest Storm Prediction Center update. Severe gusts become more prevalent in western Nebraska with a continued threat for large hail and a tornado or two along the warm front. So any storms that can ride right along this warm frontal boundary here, which I don't know if we'll see anything else in here that actually does produce a tornado threat. There could be, but it's going to be contingent on there being a storm that does bubble up and kind of rides along the warm front like this supercell's doing. If that does happen, we could see a tornado develop. I don't think this cluster will do that. We might get something brief on the northern side of that cluster, but it wouldn't be anything really long-tracked, probably, with this sort of environment. How's it going, Marissa? What happened to the days when you get out of your vehicle and push it? I don't think you can push that out of the ditch. If you can't drive it out of the ditch, I don't think you can push it out of the ditch either. Like, I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's a tough task. It's a tall task. Freddy will get him out. Yeah, Freddy's gonna go over there and help him. Sounds of it, which is good. Good thing he's helping out. And they work pretty closely together. Stormrunner Media, I think, was going to possibly chase, but I don't think they're going to get there in time. I think they're going live. Actually, it says they're going live in 5 minutes. So, Stormrunner Media though, Scales is not going to be live. He's on vacation. It's going to be Garrett. But he's going to be live in 5 minutes, so if there's anything on his feed, we'll go to him in a minute. But he's going to be live in a few. But as I mentioned before, I mean, this storm's going to get really, really rural after this. And really, the main reason why we did go live is because it was going to be going towards, you know, relatively populated area. But it's kind of stayed along the warm front, just kind of stalling. So as long as it happens and it stays really rural areas, we're not going to be live for hopefully too much longer. But we'll see. It depends on how this tornado threat evolves. And we'll also see what Stormrunner Media is looking at in a few minutes, because they'll be live in about 4 minutes. So we'll see what they look like. How's it going, JP?
Wait, is he gonna get himself stuck?
I don't know what's going on here.
This could be it.
Yeah, my tire just must be complete.
This guy like helping out?
What's up?
Before the car gets absolutely soaked.
I don't know where this guy came from. I was just looking over.
Car's getting
And again, if you guys are just tuning in, Connor is stuck in mud.
Down there, we can get out.
But how are we gonna
This guy is having no problem right now driving through
We could move, like,
legitimate
waves,
grass.
like, hey, let's see if he gets out.
Dude, is he like on top of the tall grass? Is that why he's not
I
sinking?
guess. So if we could somehow get forward, the problem is it's like it's just pure mud.
It's possible if they didn't mow this grass right here,
We wouldn't be stuck.
yeah, it's definitely
Dude,
possible.
my feet are soaked now.
Dude, I think my site's worse than yours.
Well, I had to walk down there. There's less
I don't know
water
what's going
down
on
there
anymore.
than there is
I
up
don't know
here.
if that truck
Makes
just
no
got stuck
sense.
or something, or he's just stopped.
Well, the elevation right there's slower.
Yeah, I guess.
Does make no sense.
Obviously, he's trying to help out. Obviously.
Nah, I don't think he's stuck. I just need to get to where he is somehow. Turn on traction control, maybe.
Oh, he's doing it.
Boom. Wow.
I just need to get out of here somehow now.
I think he can get you right now.
Yeah.
He can get you if you can get out. You might just be able to go his path and get out.
I just turned on traction control.
He's
Where are we going?
he's doing it.
Oh wait, trying to get us out right here.
That's all it took, was going right into the grass.
That guy is.
That guy's a Chad. I don't even think that was the.
They're back.
Coming to get us.
Goodness gracious, that was crazy.
Yeah, we're having major shaking again. I want to pull over somewhere, but not. Dude, he's like.
That's some wows in the chat for that.
I think that gave us traction.
Dude, that might have given us enough.
That gave us just enough traction to get through. I think.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
W
lie,
to
if I
whoever
go
that
down
was
there,
that just helped him out. I mean,
Yeah,
he didn't
but
really
that's the
do
thing, but for
anything
some
other
reason,
than
there's
just
no
show him where to go.
There's no water down there.
That was
There's
awesome.
only on the
Was that
side
a
of the
Nebraska
road.
farmer? I don't know who that was, but if it was, that's
I want to like thank him.
I know.
that guy just led the way. He knew the way.
All right, so now what's the play? This is just an HP blob. It might be more photogenic.
All right, so quick update on radar. We haven't been talking about radar because there isn't really much happening right now with this storm. Rotation is relatively broad for the main area of circulation that we've been looking at. Been waiting for some redevelopment on the backside of this, which could happen, but really the main threat would be this particular area of rotation that we have here. So right now the rotation's still broad. Still watching it though. I'll go back to Connor here for the moment.
Yeah, that guy's a freaking Chad. Update. I am now out of the mud.
What a great farmer. W to that farmer.
I think this is the guy that was coming to get me.
W to that farmer.
Yeah. That was the guy trying to come and get me, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess tell him we got out.
Yeah, just tell him we're out and thank you. All right.
Shout out to that guy for
Yeah.
coming.
Shout out to that guy. guess I should've
We'll
tried
never
to
know what
figure
his
out
name
how
was,
to
but
drive into the ditch.
whoever that is,
Definitely didn't think that was the play.
big W.
Anyway, let's go see if there's a tornado down
Big
here.
W to him.
If we can see. Oh, it's gone.
Thank you, by the way, to Janine for the $10 donation. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, Janine.
Well, if we go south, we'll get out of the range for like a half second maybe, so.
Thank you, WD for the $4.99. Friendly Nebraskians. Just auto spawn whenever someone gets stuck. I guess we have auto spawn on whenever somebody gets stuck in Nebraska. Also, thank you, Radar Wiley, for the $2 super chat. Loving the chat for the farmer. Yeah, let's put some hearts in the chat for the farmer. If we ever know who the farmer was, let me know. I don't know if we'll ever find out who it was, but some heroes go unnoticed. Or unnamed, or I don't know what the phrase is, but they don't go unnoticed, but sometimes they don't, you know, ever reveal themselves, if you know what I mean. Thank you, No Name, for becoming a member. Welcome to the Velocities. Alright, latest radar scan, still showing some broad circulation right now, east of Route 183. Still have a line of storms back over here in western parts of Nebraska. This is going to continue to predominantly produce damaging winds that are upwards of 70 miles per hour. There will also be a potential for an isolated brief tornado, but the threat is a little bit lower out there. And I think Storm Runner Media should be live in a moment, so we'll see where they're at. I'm not sure what threat Storm Runner Media is going to be chasing, but once we know, I'll let you know. We're just kind of waiting on that right now. See if we can see any cool storm structures or anything like that. This tornado warning does expire, by the way, in 13 minutes. Could be extended, but the rotation's been broader for the last few minutes now. Go back to Connor for the time being.
It just kind of blew up out of nowhere.
Alright, yeah, well.
I don't know if we're not going to see
Dude, this
anything,
is
right?
even worse. Definitely got a big time wind right here. RFD randomly went nuts.
Wow. Yeah, they are in the RFD again.
Anything on velocity?
There was another little area of rotation to their west, like, 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, there's not much.
Maybe it's redeveloping.
It's just to the east.
Or just wind, one of the two.
Huh.
Wonder if Connor's good at Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? We low-key, me and Connor might do some collaboration when hurricane season comes around. Like August. We might do some, like, members-only stuff, and also maybe a storm chase at some point.
Pure RFD. Hey, that's Freddy! What? Oh, hey, man.
We're just a couple miles south of you guys, but I'm glad to hear you guys got out.
No, I'm parked right behind you.
Is he even there?
I don't think Freddy knew he was out.
Dude, it's such a mess in here. Yeah, I honestly think we should try to get those ones near O'Neill, maybe.
Here's the latest radar scan, just east of Highway 183. And broad circulation at this point. I don't know if this warning will be continuing as tornadic. We'll see. Again, it's going to be going into relatively rural areas after that. After this, I mean. So, we'll see. As of right now, though, there's currently no warning out in front of this particular area of rotation.
For those storms near O'Neill or dropping south in Atkinson.
You're good, Kelly. No worries.
Alright, chat.
Is Connor a hurricane chaser as well? I mean, all storm chasers chase, like, a lot of stuff.
Yes, sir.
So, unless they're localized, which there are some local chasers. I mean, we're right now, on the Max Velocity channel in particular, we're going to be adding to our storm chasing catalog, if you will, here over the next few months. And, we are planning on adding more chasers.
Alright, guys.
Some of them being more localized for, like, certain regions, and some being more, you know, nationwide, like Connor.
Like 50 miles an
You know,
hour.
Connor is
Death wobble.
a, you know, basically a nationwide chaser, so.
So, like, it won't damage the car, will it?
Who? I don't know. I don't really know yet. We're in talks with different storm chasers.
Yeah,
So,
but I need to
we'll see.
watch the underside so I can drive normally.
Go like a truck.
Now, as I mentioned before, none of it is obviously free. It does cost money to license content and whatnot, but yeah, it's only possible with all the members of our channel, so I do want to thank all of the members of our channel. And we'll be adding on to our storm chasing, you know, team, if you will, or, you know, whatever you want to call it, here over the next few months, more than likely. We have 3 right now, one that's never actually been on our channel yet, but they are a Texas chaser. Then we have other ones across the country that we'll have here probably pretty soon.
Exactly. Don't need to not know if you believe it. It's literally just 8 people out.
Thank you, Lynette, for becoming a member, and welcome to the Velocities. Connor is yet again going through a pretty big surge of wind still. I believe right now he's traveling north on Route 183. I'm going to double check here. Yeah, Connor, I think, is going north. So I think he's going north. He's still, if he is going north, the wind right now is going, I think he's going left to right. So I think it's just an RFD search right now. The only area of rotation that we have right now in this particular supercell is back over here, which again, it's going into mostly just middle of nowhere area south of Newport of Nebraska. That's what we're looking at there right now. But overall, it looks like the storm is becoming very disorganized. We've had so many areas of storm, a lot of, again, just updrafts developing south of the initial supercell, so it's becoming pretty disorganized. I don't know if it'll be able to come reorganized again. I don't know if we're going to get an actual tornado out of this. Thank you, Costco, for becoming a member. Welcome to the Velocities. Do I get a discount on Connor's stream if he's stuck? No, that's not how that works. Thank you, Judy, for becoming a member as well, and welcome to the Velocities. You get 25% off. They just... If they get cheese curds. There's no discounts. That would be a crazy discount, though. Let's add some negative incentives in there, too. If he goes to Culver's and orders something and doesn't get cheese curds, I think that should be 25% off.
We're gonna go north, and then we're gonna go east.
You know, Stormer and Media, they went to Culver's, and they actually said they didn't get any cheese curds when they went. And I was shocked. Unbelievable. Storm Intermedia is up. I'm waiting to see what their location is. We'll kind of determine if we're going to stay live or not. Because this storm is, I think, just kind of dying out. If they're on the same storm here, then I don't think we'll be staying live. We'll see.
What if it's not even, what if the boundary's west though? It's not even interacting with it, I guess. Like, look, watch how it's like almost getting stationary, and then look, you have more merges right in that 420 road.
How far south of Cambridge is there?
I went to a local place and got cheese curds recently, and they were better than Culver's, actually. Just a local place. They were really good. Okay, Storm Intermedia is on the same exact storm, so... yeah. I kind of figured they would be. Now, Storm Intermedia is in a rental car. Believe it or not. They are renting. The, again, DL Scale is on vacation. I don't know where he went, but he's on vacation. What are cheese curds? The best thing you'll ever eat. That's what they are.
Major wobble at 60.
Tornado warning does go for 6 more minutes. Rotation has moved out of the warning now, so I'm guessing this will probably just be let to expire, or it'll be canceled. We'll see.
That'll be elevated. But yeah, let's go.
We'll wait on that first, and we'll go from there.
I don't think it's fair.
Wow. What's different about it?
We might have a members only stream tonight, depending on if the weather stays quiet, or at least quiet enough. So if you want to tune into that stream. That'll probably be in about an hour if we do that. I'm not 100% sure if we're doing it yet, so. But if we do, if you want to become a member, the join button is down below. There's also a link in the description. Members only stream tonight will be a quick fan mail opening, and then it'll be Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? So just members only content, not weather related by any means. And then we'll have a GeoGuessr stream probably in a couple weeks, as long as the weather stays quiet. We're going to keep pumping out members-only content, since there are so many of you guys now, and again, it does go a long way. I do appreciate all the members on the channel. Helps us be able to do a lot of the upgrades that we're currently doing. We're doing a lot of behind-the-scenes upgrades right now with our studio. We're going to be adding probably a new laptop to be able to have a capability of having 2 more monitors. We could be up to 10 monitors by the end of the year, or even perhaps sooner. So, there are a lot of upgrades right now coming to the Weather Studio. So, a lot of things to be excited about here on the Max Velocity channel. But right now we have 6 monitors. 7, 8. Yeah, we could have 10 monitors by the end of the year. It could get kind of crazy here. Have I thought about streaming on Twitch too? I've thought about multi-streaming. I'm not sure if we will, but I've thought about it. We did one time when we were covering North Texas, but that's a little bit different. We might even stream on Facebook, but I don't really want to stream on Facebook, honestly. They have too many problems already with streaming on there. Yeah, so this tornado warning, again, will expire in 3 minutes, probably going to be canceled, and then we'll go from there and see if anything else pops up on radar, but Twitter stream? I'm not streaming on Twitter, no. No way, I'm going on Twitter. I was thinking about doing TikTok, but the problem is TikTok has a completely different streaming studio, and you have to, like, do a bunch of stuff to get it. It's just, it sounds more tedious than I really would like to, you know, do. Thank you, Tiffany, for becoming a member. I'm not joining Kick. No, it's not the plan. Even though they have very fair revenue splits and stuff, I'm not doing that. It's not really a platform for weather. I don't even really think Twitch is either, but Twitch seems like there's some potential there when it comes to weather. I really think TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube are the 3 main platforms for weather. They have issued a new severe thunderstorm warning out in front of this storm. So that'll include areas near Newport, Stewart, Atkinson for damaging winds up to 60 and golf ball sized hail. No tornado possible label. I do think there's still a chance of a tornado, but I think the chance is low enough to the point where they're probably not going to issue a new warning on this. Also, thank you, Dylan, for becoming a moderate Velocity member, and welcome to the Velocities. Twitch sucks, too many ads. I have to agree with that. The ads on there are extraordinarily annoying. A lot of you probably don't watch anything on Twitch, but in particular on that platform, unless you're like a subscriber of the channel, like, you get blown up with ads. It's absurd. And the other thing is, if TikTok gets banned, which, again, I'm not getting political, but if it does get banned, we're not going to go to that platform, obviously. But if it does stay around, then we'll definitely consider doing some dual live streams on there too. Thank you, Vaw, for becoming a member, and welcome to the Velocities. Appreciate you becoming a Maximum Velocity member. We've had like 10 new Maximum Velocity members today. I do want to give everybody a shout out for those that have become Maximum Velocity members. I do appreciate you joining the Velocities. MySpace was cool. Yeah, let's live stream to MySpace. That's the next place. Anyone covering Florida? I don't know what there is to cover in Florida. Is there even storms down there? The only warnings that we have right now are in Montana, Nebraska, Massachusetts, Ohio, which it seems like something's always happening in Ohio. And yeah, there's only 4 states with actual severe warnings. All right, tornado warning has officially expired. Yay. Well, it's been an interesting live stream, I have to say that. The weather's actually been pretty interesting. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if we did get a new warning, because that rotation does seem to be intensifying again. But rotation overall is still not super strong. But there's definitely a little bit more rotation there over the last few scans. And it is rain-wrapped. Does make it a bit more concerning. As a reminder, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below. Like the stream if you've been finding it informative. And also, if you want to support the page above and beyond, you can become a member. It's a join button down below. And we may have a members-only stream here in an hour, depending on how weather goes. If the weather stays active, we might be just on standby in case something does happen. But if you want to become a member, the join button's down below. It's the top link in the description as well. I do want to go ahead and announce that we do have a new sponsorship. Midland Radios, believe it or not. We are now working with Midland Radios to bring you great weather radios. And if you need a weather radio, the link's in the description down below. And it's also going to be put in the chat. You can get 10% off a Midland radio if you are a new customer. So the link will be in the chat if you want a weather radio. And it's also down in the description down below. So that'll be exciting. And we'll talk more about it in future live streams. But I just want to kind of throw that out there. And yeah. Also, as a reminder, again, we do have new Max Velocity merch on shopmaxvelocity.net. Our Drunkenado collection's out with a new wine tumbler and pint glass. The link will also be in the chat. Max Hydration's out. Have new logo merch, all that stuff. You can check it out with the description link, or go to shopmaxvelocity.net if you want to pick up any very comfortable, stylish merchandise from shopmaxvelocity.net. Aside from that, though, this live stream is basically done, at least for now. If anything else bubbles up that becomes concerning, we'll go live again, but I'm not going to go live for a tornado that's in the middle of a field, because right now it's all going to be in the middle of nowhere for the most part, up until it gets closer to Atkinson, Nebraska, which that's still probably an hour away. So this is not, it's maybe sooner, but it's still relatively far away. So we're going to wind down the live stream for now. If anything does become concerning again, we might go live. We'll just kind of watch trends. If we don't go live, then we will have a members only stream probably around 8 o'clock Central Time. Again, we'll do a little fan mail opening, and then we'll be doing a Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader live stream. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Subscribe to the channel. If you want to watch that, again, you can become a member with the link in the description. And also, thank you to Jenny and as well as Goose for becoming members. And thank you, Wild Child, for another $50 super chat. I appreciate your generosity. You're very generous. Appreciate the generosity on the way out. And also thank you again, anybody that tuned in today. We'll see you guys all again in the next video or live stream. I think the next live stream will be Saturday. We could have one tomorrow, but I think more than anything, it'll be on Saturday for the Midwest. All right. Stay safe. Have a great night. And we'll see you guys all again soon. If you're a member, I might see you again in an hour. Again, not guaranteed. We might have one. The members only stream will probably be tonight or tomorrow. So just stay tuned. All right. We'll see you guys all again soon. Have a good night. And the next time I'll see y'all will be tomorrow, more than likely in a video.